Man, it has been such a fun year covering this team, and it just sucks to see it end like that. And I think it's so frustrating because, one, you only get so many opportunities at this thing. I mean, I was just talking about it today with my father. I mean, Josh Allen, when Bills fans realized they had something special in Josh Allen, I don't think they thought 7 years later, whatever it is, they'd still had never been to a Super Bowl. It's tough. It's such a heartbreaking experience because, you have to feel like if you're a Rams fan, this was the best team in the NFL. This was the Super Bowl. And I don't think this loss makes Seattle the better team. I think Seattle did the things they needed to do to win. I thought Sam Darnold was spectacular, but you were at the goal line and you put it all on the line to Konate Mumfield on third down. And I want to bring this up because, one sec, I'm going to put the fan on because it's hot as hell in here. I bring it up because you look at the Eagles game last year in the playoffs, and the Eagles game, the last play of the game wasn't the sack. I know everyone talks about, the sack or whatever. Wasn't the sack. The last play of the game was an incomplete pass to Puka Nacua out of bounds. That was it. That was the end of the game. To me, the Bo Limmer missed block, that is Konate Mumfield dropping that pass. But then again, why is Konate Mumfield in the game? Why is Xavier Smith why is he trying to field that? I feel like the Rams outplayed Seattle in this game. Not by a lot. I think they should have won this game. I think they gave this game away. They were up 13-10 with, not a lot of time. And they get a nice stop. And they just give it right back to them. And they let Seattle go down the field and do their thing. And to me, when Seattle scored to make it 17-13 at half, that 6-play, 74-yard drive with 34 seconds, after the Rams just went 87 yards on 7 minutes, I knew the Rams were in some trouble. Then Seattle comes out and they score the Jake Bobo touchdown in the third quarter. Then the Rams respond. Then Seattle scores. Then the Rams respond. And no one scored the rest of the game in the fourth quarter. The thing that's so difficult is that there's just not going to be a lot of respect. You already know it. Yeah, some people will. But the Rams put up the last 2 games alone, put up almost 1,200, over 1,100 yards against the best defense in the league. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. Rams played on the road for 2 games against Seattle. It sucks. It really does. It really makes you feel like, yeah, week 16, I mean, they had it all right there. They bowled that lead. They still came back and, scored a touchdown overtime. But I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm pissed that it really, when the season was on the line, let's go through it. Let's go through the final offensive drive of the season. Matthew Stafford quarterbacking an absolute gem of a game, taking care of the football. Everyone's talking about how this defense is going to get after Stafford. He was sacked 1 time. Offensive line was great. 22 of 35, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold was also great. Both quarterbacks were sensational. It bothers me because this game ends with Nakua going for 165 yards and a touchdown, Devontae going for 89 yards and a touchdown, Stafford going for nearly 400 yards again and 3 touchdowns. And they fall just short. Should they have kicked the field goal? I don't believe so. But you went 14 plays, 84 yards, 7 minutes off the clock. That was the game. That was the game. That you had them. Was there time left for them to go down the field? Yes. You score, it's now a 3-point game. You have that padding where they can kick a field goal to tie it, but a field goal doesn't win the game. Let me take you through the last part of the Rams offense for the season. So, after the 1st and 5, they got the Puka Nacua, interesting little play there. Then on a 1st and 10 at the Seattle 12, almost right about where they were with the Eagles, they get a 6-yard play to Puka Nacua. 2nd and 4, Kyron Williams is bottled up. It's now 3rd and 4. They decide to throw it to Konate Mumfield. It brings up 4th and 4. And the pass goes to rookie Terrence Ferguson. Puka Nacua had 160-plus yards in this game. He is the best player in the league, best offensive player. And you didn't throw him one of the final 2 passes of the NFL season for you. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Go down with the best. You did it last year against the Eagles. I just don't know what they were thinking. It bothers me because I love McVay and I know he's capable. And I know there's an alternate universe somewhere I wish I was in right now because I feel like I'm in hell, truthfully, where he called a better game at the end. I thought McVay was pretty good. But that goal line stand, that was terrible. I really, to me, to have that drive, to be that consistent going down the field, and to just, I just hated that call. Truthfully hated it. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get over. It really is. This felt like the best team that I've ever seen, for the Rams. This really took the wind out of my sails, and it sucks. Not to sound bitter, but I'm going to. It sucks that, I think the Rams were clearly, I think they were the best team in the league. They played the toughest schedule. They had to go on the road and play those 2 tough games. They found a way to win in the snow, and then they fall here. And it bothers me because, we went through heartbreak last year with the Eagles. Seattle just didn't make the playoffs, so it spared them from the heartbreak. This team has never been in the dark ages like the Rams have. And it bothers me that they blew this. It really does. This is the most painful loss I think I don't know. I'm so... it hurts. I love this team so much, but I love doing what I do just as much. And so it sucks knowing that this is the last post-game JE Live until next year. It sucks. I have to now pivot to the NFL draft when I honestly hate college football. Love the NFL draft. I was not ready to pivot to the NFL draft. I was not ready to start talking about coaching staffs and all that. It just sucks because this just, it really, the whole year, these blowhards were telling you how the Rams aren't going to go this far because Matthew Stafford's back. And this dude, if he has a back issue, it's from carrying this team on his back in this game. They should have won. He gave them every opportunity to win. And I hate it for him. And I hate it for Devontae Adams. I think this is his 5th NFC Championship game, and he falls short yet again. He did everything he could. It sucks. It really does. There's no other word for it. Like I said, you got to tip your cap. I said I would. I said if Sam Darnold plays lights out, I'm going to give him his props. I don't believe he can do it against this defense. This defense was incredibly disappointing. They got a stop, and the offense pissed it away, and then, of course, they went down the field and scored, but this defense was incredibly disappointing. I'm proud of the team as a whole for the year, but this defense was incredibly disappointing. There was not enough pressure on Darnold. There's simply not enough pressure on Darnold. When they needed to make a big play, they didn't. They let Jackson Smith and Jigba have a 42-yard catch down the middle of the field, set them up to take the lead right before half. And then they couldn't get a stop at the end. And, I thought the pressure just wasn't good enough. And I thought the secondary had their moments. The officiating, I know people are going to ask me, what were your thoughts on it? I don't think they did a great job. But, it is what it is. I thought that part of it was fine. I'm not sitting here saying the Rams lost because of officials. I think that's why I feel a little bit better, but this is the most painful loss I've ever experienced. And I don't care what anyone says, and people can tell me it's not that big of a deal. We didn't deserve to win because blah, 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 blah. That's bullshit. Okay, that's absolutely bullshit. The Rams absolutely deserve to win this football game. They outgained Seattle. This is the number one defense everybody's been saying, and they put up 479 yards, and the last time they saw them, it was a short week. They're not going to be able to do that. They put up 479 yards. They averaged 8.3 yards per play. Stafford went for 374 yards passing. They ran for over 100 yards. So not only did they stop Seattle rushing, they held them to 2.9 yards per carry, but they also outgained them through the air. And it infuriates me that they lost this game. But again, they lost it. They lost it. And you know what's so funny is, I know I'm going to get it in the comment section. I know I'm going to get in my DMs, and people will be like, it's okay next year. I don't want to hear about next year, okay? I don't want to hear about next year. You know what's so funny about that? Here's the thing about next year, okay? Matthew Stafford is coming off a year. He just threw 52 touchdowns. Okay, with only 9 picks, including the postseason. 52 touchdown passes. Okay, he's going to be 38 in a couple of weeks. You don't know how much longer you have him. You know you have McVay, but as much as I love McVay, I don't agree with the way he called that final stand near the goal line. I don't agree with it. They had it. They had Seattle. They had that entire stadium. They were quaking in their boots, and you couldn't figure it out. And I'm going to give credit where it's due to Mike Macdonald. I thought he called a great game plan at the end too, but dude, McVay ran all the way down there and didn't call the timeout. Then he calls a timeout to challenge, and then doesn't challenge it, which, by the way, I do believe Cooper Kupp, after looking at multiple times, initially thinking he got the first down, I think Kupp was down. I think it would have been 4th down. I think they probably would have done the A.J. Barner tush push, and I've seen the Rams stop it, and I've seen them not stop it. So I do think they got that call wrong. I think he was down before getting the first down, but this is the issue, okay? I think McVay botched the end of this game a little bit. He also called some great moments in this game, and I thought for the most part McVay played, he coached very well. Here's my issue, okay? Rashid Shaheed, they spent a 3rd-round pick to go get him. The Rams gave up a 4th-round pick to go up and trade up and get Ty Hamilton. Who would you rather have? I wanted Shaheed at the deadline. Tutu Atwell was a $10 million signing for the entire year. Fully guaranteed. They barely used him. He was inactive today. They're throwing deep shots to Konate Mumfield. He's nowhere near the football. That is frustrating. And another thing that's frustrating is not all Seahawks fans, and there are a lot of really cool Seahawks fans, but I see Seahawks fans in here that I've seen all year bragging about their team and being all cocky and saying the Rams are shit and all of that. And now they're saying you guys deserve it for being cocky. It's like, all right. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Same thing with that one Hawks podcast calling me out by name at their podcast event. Can you imagine if we did that at FC West Roundtable, if I just called people out by name and said they sucked at content? I just said all their content sucks. That's the thing that sucks. People like that, I don't want them to be happy. So, I think that actually kind of bothers me too. That kind of bothers me too. I'm not going to lie. You know? But here's what it is, man. Tomorrow's another day. I'm not attached to this team to the hip. Like this, I can breathe with that. I'm not on life support, but I spend a lot of time investing in this team. What they do, breaking news and all of that becomes my day. A lot of what I do, my days are dictated based on how the Rams go about their news and stuff like that. This sucks. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Yeah. You're literally one win away from going to the Super Bowl, playing on the 49ers turf, and getting to avenge your Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. Your 2 Super Bowl losses to the Patriots. Instead, you're going to let Seattle go and do that pretty easily. Because I'll tell you right now, this was the Super Bowl. The AFC doesn't have a chance in hell. I mean this with all due respect. Any Patriots, any Patriots fans in here, congratulations on getting the Super Bowl. You're getting trounced by Seattle. You have no chance. You have no chance. We all know, and that's the thing that really sucks, man. Really sucks because whoever won this game was very clearly going to win the Super Bowl. This might be the easiest Super Bowl ever. Patriots have no chance. Don't listen to the media, however they want to dress it up. The Patriots have no chance. Drake May has been horrendous under pressure. We saw who the actual MVP is. I'm not trying to be a hater. One guy threw 3 touchdowns and 374 yards against the best defense in the league, and the other guy threw less yards than Sam Darnold had, I think, on the first 5 throws of the game. They won 10-7. I mean, the Patriots were literally throwing away the football if nothing was there because they knew Denver couldn't score. So, yeah, it sucks. Patriots have no shot. Whoever won this game was astronomically better than anybody else in the AFC, and it just sucks. I think the 2 best teams just fought today, and one team gets to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, and the other doesn't even get to say that they were in a Super Bowl. That sucks. But you know what? It does come down to blowing that game. Comes down to blowing Week 16. This should have been at SoFi Stadium. It was not. It was in Seattle. It was close. The Rams outplayed them, in my opinion. I mean, 479 yards to 396. 8.3 yards per play to 6.1. But when push came to shove, Seattle being at home, definitely, that helped. I think it definitely helped. Just enough. Because it was that close. And what's so funny, and this is just sports in general, people are like, you said they were going to the Super Bowl. You said they were going to win. Well, the difference is I had the Rams winning 24-23. This ends up being a 4-point game. There were Seahawks creators out there saying this is going to be a blowout and we should be scared shitless. Like, I'm just being honest. There were creators out there saying the Rams would lose 34-10. Stafford's going to throw 3 interceptions. That bozo Evan literally said Stafford's going to throw 3 interceptions. We should be scared shitless. They have no chance. It's going to be 34-10. And you were so wrong and you still get to celebrate a Super Bowl. Ugh, makes me sick. People like that, man. But anyway, congratulations to the Seahawks fans that are in here that aren't total trolls and brain dead losers. Because I know a lot of you do support me, and I know a lot of you support the NFC West Roundtable. So I do have a lot of love for you guys, and it is awesome to be able to be in a Super Bowl. Watching the Rams Bengals, that was special. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, I mean, enjoy it. Like it's going to be fun, and hopefully for your sake, you'll actually do what the Rams could not and get revenge on the Patriots for beating you in the Super Bowl, since the Rams couldn't do that. Yeah, it's man, it just sucks. I know I keep saying it, but like, so many things I want to say. Xavier Smith. Oh, that was my train of thought that I went off the rails with. Rashid Shaheed. Okay. I mean, it's funny. If the Rams trade for Rashid Shaheed, I don't even know if Seattle wins this game. If they just trade for him at the deadline, not Seattle, I don't know. Maybe they do. Who knows? Well, I don't even know if they're in this game, because who would have returned that punt? Anyway. Yeah, Xavier Smith. I don't know why he's touching that football. I don't know why he's touching that football. That made me think of Farrell Cooper against Atlanta all over again. You just can't give possessions away to a team that is that good. Both these teams are great. You just can't give possessions away. They gifted possessions away. It can't happen. I don't know why the hell he's out there. And you're meaning to tell me that Tutu Atwell can't suit up, but you got Xavier Smith. Look, guys, I'm going to get to the future, what that all is about, and obviously we'll go in detail and I'll bounce back, but this one hurt. It really did. This one really hurt. I don't care what anyone says. I do feel like the Rams were the best team this year. I do. I mean, this is how silly it is. So if the Rams throw a touchdown, right? Or how about this? If the Rams punch the ball out on the final drive for Seattle, right? And they take it back and score and they end up winning on that. Do the people who think Seattle's better because they won, is Seattle still better? Or are the Rams now better just because they made a play? That's my thing. So, you know, it's frustrating. But hey, you know, what's kind of cool is the views are crazy right now because there's a lot of Rams fans in here. And there's a lot of Seattle fans that, you know, actually like my content. And then there's Seattle fans that are giving me free views because they want to troll me. I cannot imagine my team punching their ticket to a Super Bowl and going and wanting to troll people. I mean, by all means, keep it going. But it's mind-blowing to me. I would never spend my time doing that. That's such a waste of time. Anyway. So, the Rams had a great season. I know it sucks. Trust me, it sucks. It's awful. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. The fact that it ended that way. The fact that we went through the heartbreak of the Eagles and Seattle didn't have to deal with any heartbreak. You know, they just went right from the Pete Carroll era, had kind of a down year, 7-10, then got to get Mike McDonald, and then now they're in the Super Bowl just like that. You know, like what heartbreak did they really deal with? But hey, they're a good organization. They stay on top. They stay at least above water. So, yeah, it's frustrating, man. It really is. Had so many opportunities. So many. You just gave Seattle a free touchdown. By the way, you end up losing by 4. If Xavier Smith doesn't muff that punt, you probably win. Like, I want to go down with Devontae Adams dropping a game-winning touchdown way more than I want to go down with throwing to freaking Konate Mumfield. I want to go down with Matthew Stafford getting a strip sack, fumble, whatever. It sucks, but it's my best player. More than I want to go down with Xavier Smith fumbling the football on a punt and just giving it right back to them. Ugh, it's awful. I hate it. I hate losing. But I'm not like ultra competitive when it comes to myself. Gaming, whatever like that. I don't have that competitive edge Not like when I used to when I was younger. When it comes to sports, I'm really pissed, that they lost this game. It's going to take some time for sure. It was right there. It was right there. It was literally right there. How close did they get? They actually got closer than the Eagles game. So they finished their season at the 6-yard line. Oh, man. But I know you guys didn't just come in here to, well, maybe some of you. You don't want to listen to me repeat myself over and over again how much I hate this. It's raw emotion. That's just the reality of it. I'm not ever going to sugarcoat anything. Yeah. I want to look at the future, though. I want to look ahead. Oh, we got PFF grades in. Oh, no, we don't. Do we? We do. Okay. So Matthew Stafford had 4 big-time throws today. He had a 62.9 completion percentage. 127.6 passer rating. Makes me sick. He's going home with a loss. He doesn't deserve it. The offensive line only had 6 pressures given up. The pass rush was basically non-existent against Seattle. They had 14 pressures. 5 of them came from Jared Verse. Byron Young did not have a pressure. He won 5.3% of his reps. Not ideal. Josiah Stewart won 20% of his reps. I think Byron Young was hurt, to be fair. This sucks, man. What the hell? Let's see the coverage matchups. I'm curious. Kobe Durant gave up 33 on 3 catches. Not bad. Gave up the touchdown, though, the Bobo. Yeah, you can't let Jake Bobo score a touchdown. Jake Bobo should never be scoring a touchdown on you. That was terrible. Quentin Lake gave up 3 catches for 41 yards. They gave him 2 touchdowns. They said he gave up the Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown. Kind of tough there with the, whatever. Landman gave up 5 catches for 54 yards, 3 first downs. And he's just not great in coverage. It is what it is. Darius Williams came out of the game after giving up 42 yards to Jackson Smith and Jigba and 51 yards to Rashid Shaheed on 1 throw. Omar Spates only gave up 3 catches for 28 yards. McCullough gave up 2 catches for 16. Roger McCurdy gave up 2 catches for 14. Cam Curl gave up 2 catches for 52. They gave all of that to Cam Curl on the 42-yarder. I don't know, because it's zone. It's hard. I mean, he's there to make the tackle, but Byron Young gave up 15. Cam Kinchins did not give up a catch. Yeah. Now let's look on the Rams side. Devin Witherspoon gave up 136 yards. I'm about to hear how much he clamped the Rams. He did not. He held the entire game. I don't care. I'm not looking for it to be called. I'm just saying, when you wonder why he's flipping and falling everywhere, it's because he's holding on to Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams' jersey, and they're putting him, they're putting him in a blender. He gave up 136 yards on 5 catches, 65 to Nacua, 58 to Adams, and he gave up 13 to Kyron. Also gave up 5 first downs. Tariq Woolen gave up 3 catches for 57, including 2 for 55 on Puka. And he gave up 2 touchdowns, Devontae and Puka. Eamon Wardy was sensational. Only gave up 2 catches for 8 yards. He was really good. Ernest Jones gave up 5 catches for 54. Drake Thomas gave up 2 catches for 22. Josh Jobe gave up 3 catches for 72, including a 40-yarder to Colby Parkinson. Kobe Bryant only gave up a catch for 9. Yeah. This sucks. Absolutely sucks. Run defense was on point. Frustrating, man. They held Kenneth Walker to 3.3 yards a carry. So frustrating, man. Anyway, so I want to take a look at the financials for next year. So, very good likelihood that Stafford is coming back next year. I've been saying that he wants to play football. I don't see him retiring, and I don't see him playing for any other team. Havenstein is a free agent. Cameron Curl's a free agent. Roger McCreary's a free agent. Tyler Higbee's a free agent. Well, I'll tell you right now, Cameron Curl is a big reason why they're here. He had a huge moment, and had that interception. Jimmy Garoppolo is also a free agent. As long as Stafford's coming back, which I believe he is, I don't see Jimmy Garoppolo coming back. I think he's going to try and go and be, potentially the quarterback of the Cardinals, because I think Mike LaFleur sounds like he's the favorite to be the Cardinals head coach. So we'll see if that's the case. But yeah, I think he could go over to the Cardinals and man that position while maybe they sit a quarterback that they draft. Who knows? So is Higbee back? I don't know, depending on the money. Is Roger McCreary back? I think there's a good chance he is. I don't think the money is going to be a lot because he didn't really get a chance to really do much at the end of the year. So there's that. Cam Curl, he's going to get paid. Is he going to get paid by the Rams? That's a question. Rob Havenstein could be back, might not be. I don't know. Tutu Atwell's gone. I don't know why Tutu would ever sign with this team again. The way they treated him is ridiculous. I mean, you gave him $10 million and you never played him. Clearly, he was sold something that just didn't end up happening, and I hate it for him, truthfully. Love the Rams. You know that. I'm not like Mr. Negative when it comes to the Rams. Absolutely despise the way they handled the Tutu Atwell thing. And it was one of those things where there were a lot of people that saw this coming, right? A lot of people. And, I understood why people didn't want to bring back Tutu Atwell because they just saw it as, okay, they're paying him. They're not going to use him. They never use him. I just could not fathom the Rams spending $10 million on a player they just weren't simply not going to use. And they did not utilize him. So I hope Tutu Atwell goes somewhere and balls out. He deserves it. They failed him, truthfully. And he could have been utilized in this game a hell of a lot more than Konate Mumfield. I'm just going to say that right now. Hell of a lot more than Xavier Smith. Okay. DJ Humphries probably not coming back. David Quessenberry, free agent. Akello's a free agent. Jake McQuaid's a free agent. Nick Vanette, Troy Reeder, Ronnie Rivers. All right. Got to go back to this. Why the hell? And I mean, no disrespect to Ronnie Rivers, but I barely saw him on the field this year. Outside of special teams, why was he in so often today on offense? Why was he in on key third downs? Why? I don't understand that. Kobe Durant, free agent. We can move on from Kobe. I don't hate the guy, and if they bring him back, I'm going to welcome him with open arms, but I think it's time. You use the cheapest defense in the league. It's worked out pretty well. It's time to spend a buck or two, okay? It's time to actually put some money into your defense. It's time to invest in a cornerback. Darion Kendrick, I don't know if he'll be back. He was inactive. Who knows? Kier Thomas is a restricted free agent. He could very well be back. He is a guy that had some huge plays in the postseason last year. He suffered a season-ending injury. He went on IR, did not play the whole year. Xavier Smith is an exclusive rights free agent. He'll be back in camp. So will Justin Dedich and Harrison Mevis. Nick Hampton's a restricted free agent. They'll probably bring him back. So what are we looking at here? What are we looking at with this team? That's really the thing. What are we looking at when it comes to the Rams? Because right now, there's a lot of people that are upset. I'm upset. I'm definitely one of them. And at the same time, I feel good about them being a very good football team next year. I really do. So if you look next year, this team is slated to have, first off, their quarterback is slated to come back. So that's cool. We love that. But you got Matthew Stafford coming back, right? You got Kyron Williams and Blake Corum taken care of. You got Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams is where it gets weird. Love Devontae. Appreciate Devontae. Hate it that Devontae doesn't get a ring. He deserved one. That said, is Devontae Adams worth paying $15 million more next year than you paid him this year? I don't think so. I'm sorry. I love Devontae Adams. He's going to have to take a pay cut. I'm telling you right now. So that is going to be the tough thing. They're not paying Devontae Adams. Okay, let me just... We're not doing that, so let me just take that guy out of here. Where's that? Joey something? Oh, did you beat me to it? Okay. Yeah, I don't need to see that. Jake sucks. Jake loser. That dude's IQ is so low, it's off the charts, and not in a good way. All right. Anyway, Matthew Stafford back. So Matthew Stafford's back. Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams is a real question mark. Devontae says he's not even close to retiring, all of that, whatever. Like, he's back. Like, he doesn't want to retire. He's not thinking about it. Okay. Where is he now after the season has ended? We hear it during the season. Where is he right now? Does Devontae Adams want to continue to play, first off? And second, is Devontae Adams willing to take a pay cut? Because say what you will, Cooper Kupp was willing to take a pay cut. Also, shout out to Cooper Kupp for going to the Super Bowl. They should have kept him if they were going to, if they were going to bring back Tutu Atwell and not use him, would have rather just used that money to bring back Cooper Kupp, who was willing to take a reduced discount. In a way that's almost karma from Cooper Kupp. But anyway, Devontae Adams. Is he going to take a pay cut? He's going to have to. He wants to be a Ram. He wants to stay here. He's going to have to take a pay cut. They're not paying him $28 million. So they're just not doing it. There's no chance. Konate Mumfield can't be your number 3 receiver. Currently on the depth chart, he's your number 3. Konate Mumfield, Jordan Whittington, Xavier Smith, Mario Williams. Those are the guys on your roster next year after Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, assuming he's brought back. Mumfield, it should not be on the field next year. Not going into it. Like, if he wants to have a great camp and take some strides forward, they pushed him more than they ever pushed a rookie wide receiver. I've never seen it. So, what I want to say is this. Next year, you have 2 first-round picks. Get the quarterback drafting out of your head. This is not the class to draft a quarterback in the first round. It's just not. I'm sorry. Unless the Raiders are going to give you a sweet deal so you can get Fernando Mendoza for cheap and he could sit behind Matthew Stafford, you're not drafting a quarterback with one of those first-round picks. Get that out of your head now. And you know Stafford and you know Sean McVay. If Stafford's back and McVay is back, of course McVay is back, these two are not about to have a quarterback sit behind him. So insert a Jordan Tyson or a Mekhi Lemon. Now, I'll do more research on wide receivers. Don't you worry. We'll have plenty of content on this channel about wide receivers in the draft. If you guys are new here, I go pretty hard during the draft season. I'm going to take a little bit of a break this week. I mean, I'll still post content, but I'm not going to go right into the draft. And then I think probably by next week, I'll go into the draft. But I also got to watch tape on these guys. I don't watch college football. I don't like having preconceived biases about any player, so I don't like watching college football. I like sitting down and analyzing player by player. That's how I do it. It's always how I've done it. I feel like that's the best way to do it because I don't like biases. Anyway, so wide receiver is a need, okay? I know they have 2 future Hall of Famers at wide receiver. They still have a need at wide receiver. I'd like for somebody to be that clear out guy. I'd like it to be somebody, doesn't matter about how tall he is or anything like that. I'd like him to be a clear out guy. Also, another thing I'm doing, I'm calling up Brandon Beane. Okay, I'm calling up Brandon Beane over in Buffalo and saying, you know what? We like Keon Coleman. We'll take him. What are you willing to part with for Keon Coleman? They'll ask. You guys just said you didn't even. You're arguing about who's to blame for drafting him. He's 22 years old. I want Keon Coleman on the Rams. I want this coaching staff to develop Keon Coleman. Doesn't mean you can't draft players, but I want to add Coleman to this roster, and I want to see if they can do something about him. Because I'm willing to bet you the Rams have a way better coaching staff than the Buffalo Bills do. Willing to bet you that. Okay, anyway, we move on. Talking about the draft, you draft a wide receiver or 2, you trade for Keon Coleman. Those are the things I like. You figure out Devontae Adams. Tight end, what's the deal? I think I'm keeping Colby Parkinson. It's a pretty big salary number, but I think I'm going to keep him. Tyler Higbee, do you bring him back? I would, because I don't think the number's going to be that high. Terrence Ferguson, you bring him back, and then, of course, you have Davis Allen. So it's a very similar bunch of guys. Then you have Alec Jackson, Steve Avila, Coleman Shelton, Kevin Dotson, and Warren McClendon Jr. Do you bring back Rob Havenstein? That I don't know. But your offense is almost the exact same next year, and it's probably going to be better. The question is, and this is the biggest question, and this is why it hurts so much that they didn't move on, is that Matthew Stafford is going to be 38. Now, I don't think there's going to be a dip in accuracy or talent or anything like that, but you have to guarantee. Matthew Stafford just played 20 games this season after everybody said that the back would be the issue. He just played 20 freaking games. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that he is going to be back next year and playing a full season. We've seen this. And I just saw something that makes me want to crawl into a hole and never come out. Matthew Stafford's the first quarterback ever to throw 350 plus yards, 3+ touchdowns, have no turnovers, and lose a playoff start. That is Matthew Stafford in a nutshell. Unreal. Anyway, don't focus on Coleman so much. It's just a suggestion. Like, this is the problem. Like, people will be like, your takes are terrible. No, it's a suggestion. He doesn't have to be the third wide receiver. Do you want to just keep throwing to Konate Mumfield and having him drop touchdowns and what have you? By all means. I would rather go out and get Coleman. Anyway. Offense is pretty darn good, y'all. They're pretty darn good to return next year. The question is Stafford going to translate to next year? Is he going to stay healthy? That's the question. Is he going to stay healthy? If he stays healthy, if I get Stafford for another X amount of games, I think the Rams are a better team next year. They still don't have tons of guys that are about to hit free agency. That is the year after this year. They have to win in 2026, or that's when you're going to start to see a drop-off with this team. And obviously, they can find a way to repair it. Then I think the 2 draft picks are going to help, but they have to be cautious about this. They have to do this the right way. You look at the defense. Poona Ford, under contract. Braden Fisk, under contract. Kobe Turner, 1 more year. Byron Young, Jared Verse, right? Nate Landman, under contract. Omar Spates. This is going to be a completely new secondary besides Quentin Lake and Cam Kinchins. We'll see if they bring back Cam Curl. I don't think they bring back Kobe Durant. I don't know if they bring back Darius Williams, although the benching probably tells me no. Emmanuel Forbes is probably going to be around. We're looking at a team that can virtually run back almost the same exact team and get better this offseason and focus on the things that they really need to focus on. And if this is a better team next year, keep in mind they don't have a first place schedule either. They would be playing a second place schedule, okay? Seattle would be playing the first place schedule. Now, that doesn't always translate, but still. On top of that, Chris Shula did not get the job with the Steelers. Now, is Chris Shula going to get a head coaching job? I mean, I guess it's still possible, but Chris Shula is a defensive play caller, okay? So it's not even a guarantee. Like, he's not going to leave to be a defensive coordinator somewhere. He's here to stay unless he gets a head coaching job. Is he going to go to Arizona? It sounds like it's Mike LaFleur's job to lose, right? Is he going to go to the Raiders? Doesn't seem interested. Like, is he going to go to the Browns? He flat out said no, thank you. So you get Chris Shula's defense back. You keep most of the same pieces. And they can absolutely be back at this point next year hosting the NFC Championship game. But again, you just never know. It might look great on paper. You might feel great. But at the same time, Stafford has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. The Rams have to protect him. They have to stay healthy. It's not just Stafford. What if you have a 49ers season where everybody gets hurt? We saw it in 2022. They've done it before. They've had those. We can't have that. So this is why, obviously, you got to strike while the iron's hot. Rams lost, and it sucks. But I guess the silver lining is when you look at their roster, they can bring back a decent amount of guys. They have a pathway to clearing up to, $80 million in cap space. So it's not awful. Like, the Rams should, there's no reason. If you told me next year the Rams didn't make the playoffs, something really went wrong. They have a very good roster right now, even the guys that are going to leave. They're going to have to figure out cornerback. And they're going to have to figure out what they're doing at the safety position and wide receiver. But their offensive line, defensive line, quarterback, running back, edge defense, it's all there. So they have a lot of guys returning. These 2 first-round picks have to be utilized correctly. You can't get cute and draft a quarterback. You have to use this correctly. I would go wide receiver corner, but I would also draft the best player available in a draft that probably just seems very weak at this point from what I'm hearing. It just seems like it's a weaker draft. Anyway, let's get into super chats. The Ronnie, Xavier Smith equals Bill Buckner. Yeah, I have no idea what he was thinking. Because, by the way, it's not just like a fumble if the ball hits the ground. Like, I had people asking me, like, why did he touch it? Like, if the ball hits the ground, is that a fumble? No. Just don't touch it. Stay away from it. He's losing his footing, and he tries to catch it anyway. Awful. Just awful. But, Ronnie, appreciate the 2. KXM, thank you for the 5. Second and third level of the defense need a complete rebuild. Got 2 statues playing inside linebackers, 6 guard and gnomes attempting to play DB. They let 9 down, touchdown today. So bad. Yeah, no, I agree. With some of that. I don't have as much issue with the inside linebackers as you do. The secondary was not good enough today. That's just the reality of it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But like, to your point, they can absolutely do an overhaul and keep a lot of the best players still on this team. The Rams aren't going anywhere. And that's the thing. Like, when Stafford retires, that's different. He's not retiring. Megan, thank you for the 20. Jake, some of your fans called the Seahawks buzzards last week. Suits me. We just feasted on your team's dead bones. Well, congratulations. I don't know why people were calling them buzzards. But I'll say this. Megan, obviously, a lot of respect to you. And this is the thing that sucks. I'm just going to say it. I don't care. Normally, I'm not going to say it, whatever. I'll just say it. The guys from the Hawk blogger, whatever, Brian Nemhauser and Evan Hill or whatever, they called me out by name. I didn't even know this. Somebody sent me a link with the, what was it? The timestamp post. And those two called me out. Well, Evan, whatever, was like, who is that guy? And then Brian said the guy who likes all the popular teams. And then he went on to say that 30 and a Wake Up, who is a very loyal follower of this channel, who's probably here, shout out to 30 and a Wake Up. He went on to say that 30 and a Wake Up only follows their stuff because the Ram stuff is shit. So he not only, he called me out by name, but he called out our entire creator group. Not something anybody with class would ever do. So shout out to Brian. I literally had just DM'd him saying he did a great job. It's funny. I DM'd him before he said that in public. But shout out to Brian, who clearly showed he doesn't have class. He doesn't have the class of a Brandon Kane. And that's why I work with Brandon and I don't collab with Brian or Evan. Evan's a cheerleader, doesn't know anything about really anything. He had 34-10 and just kept repeating that we should be scared shitless. So yeah, I mean, Megan, appreciate the 20. And, I just felt like saying it. Some of your fans called the Seahawks buzzards. Well, some of your content creators came at us personally. And so I felt like I would mention that because I thought that was a kind of a low blow. And that's why, I basically only mess with guys like Brandon Kane and Dan Viens, who, by the way, I'm actually happy for. They're great people and they deserve it. They deserve to get to cover a Super Bowl. But yeah, the Hawk blogger or whatever, really disappointing. And it's funny because I literally had just tweeted to him, or I had just DM'd him. And he just decided to, he didn't see it clearly. But it's just funny. Before that video happened, I said, I have to say, we probably don't agree much, but I think you've done a great job covering Seattle, and I respect the amount of work you've put in. That was Thursday. And then I get that video sent to me, and there you go. So, it's there's a lot of people out there that just, maybe they're not that good at what they do, but they at least have class. That's all I ask. Just have some class. But hey, they tell you if your name doesn't get brought up if you're doing stuff wrong. And the fact that, because we would never do that in an NFC West Roundtable event, the fact that at the Hawk Blogger Seattle event at a bar with all those fans, they brought up Jake Ellenbogen. They said my name, incorrectly, of course, but they said my name. They brought me up by name. Just goes to show you that I'm known in Seattle, and I'm just going to keep working my ass off and give people the best content possible. And I'm not going to be a cheerleader. I'm going to call out things that I don't like. I'm going to tell you things that might be a little bit different than everyone else. It's why people like me and people don't. People don't like my takes because they don't care to learn about my takes. They just don't like them. And they don't like me because, they don't like that I'm vibrant. And I have a personality where I'll tell you how I feel and I'll be loud about it because I'm passionate about what I do. And you know what? If I'm not passionate about what I do, because here's the thing. After the Rams just had their season end, people want to say the Rams are a fickle fan base. Then why do I have 1,200 plus people in here right now watching a Rams podcast, a Rams live stream after their season ended? I have over 1,200 people with 53 minutes into this thing. Not so fickle, right? But here's the deal. It's not hard to get views, guys. That's what I've realized. You just have to be entertaining. That's just the grand scheme of things. One last shot I'm going to throw at Hawk Blogger. I'd be upset too, because if I started in 2011 and I barely had as many... Well, actually, does he have more subscribers than me? I don't want to get into it. But anyway, if I had that low of subscribers and I started in 2011, I'd be pretty crabby too. So I'll give him a pass. I started this thing in 2020, and you guys have made it amazing. By the way, we hit 18 million views. 18 million. So, yeah. it is what it is. But yeah, you know, in the words of, I can't even remember his name. But anyway, appreciate you guys supporting for real. We'll get back to super chats, but I felt like saying that because you know what? I have a platform. And if people are going to run their mouth about me, I guess I'll be able to say what I want to. I'm at least going to defend myself. So, you know what? Appreciate everybody who's been in here. Everyone's hanging out. It's made it a little bit easier. This loss sucked. It hurt. But to see you guys in here having a good time, you know, it makes it easier. I mean, 55 minutes. You can ask my girlfriend after the thing ended. I was like, I am in hell. The thing that sucked, by the way, little, you know, because I like being transparent about my life and, you know, I'm down to earth and everything. I'm just Jake, as I would say. We normally every single weekend do like a really cool get together where I have like my best friend and his wife and my uncle and my dad and my brother, my girlfriend. She was here today, but you know, we have like a big get together of Rams fans and, you know, my friend as well, my friend Joe. But it was frustrating because on the East Coast, and I guess everywhere, there's this giant snowstorm. So we weren't able to get together. We did a whole, it's like a back in COVID times virtual hangout where we literally watched it on FaceTime. And it was cool, man. It's cool. You know, sports bring people together. They bring friends and family. I honestly felt bad because my poor girlfriend's sitting there like wanting to hold my hand every 2 seconds. And like, she feels bad about how, you know, how I am. And she's like, I just don't want you to be sad. And I'm like, well, it's not going to be the only time I ever, you know, I go through heartbreak. I've watched a lot of, you know, Kansas Jayhawk basketball where they were the best team all year. Everyone knew it, and they lost to a team that's inferior and then went on and got trounced in the next round. But they knocked Kansas off. So I've seen it all. Like, I've seen it all. I remember Wichita State beating Kansas, the Rams losing the Eagles last year, the Rams losing the Falcons. I literally got the damn flu. I think the Rams losing to the Falcons made me sick. Like, I think I literally got the flu from that, if that's possible. I was like in a coma. I was supposed to be doing a podcast. I didn't even do a podcast until the next day. I remember Tyrod Taylor, I think, was on the Bills at the time, and they were playing in the playoffs. Like, dude, I was out like a light. Yeah. But the point being is, I watched the Rams lose to the team that ruined my entire childhood, the Patriots. I watched them lose in the Super Bowl for a second time, 17 years later? I'm good. I'll live. It sucks. I hate it. It's definitely a punch to the throat. I woke up with a sore throat this morning, so shocker there. But it's definitely a punch to the throat, but I'll come back strong, and I'm going to do the best I can to cover this team like I always do. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm just, man, bummer. But I appreciate you guys. And the supers are coming in, and I really do appreciate that. It's okay. Pats will take it. SoCal, appreciate the super. I don't think the Pats have a chance. Congratulations, Seahawks. You won the Super Bowl. Everyone knows it. This was to win the Super Bowl. I have not at all been impressed with the Patriots. I have not. Drake May has not handled pressure well. He has not. And they do not have the offensive line the Rams have. I think Mike McDowell's defense is going to give him fits. I really do. SoCal, thank you for the 2. Tell us verse stats. The secondary was so bad. Verse led the team in pressures with 5. He wasn't awful, but he didn't show up like you were hoping for. At least for me, anyway. You never know that the left tackle had a foot issue. He didn't look like it. Eric Saunders, thank you for the 10. Seahawks are going to get blown out in the Super Bowl. Frauds. I got to disagree. I mean, I don't think anybody who goes to the Super Bowl is a fraud. I don't really like that, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna get blown out in the Super Bowl now. But I appreciate the super. Matthew coming in with the 20, appreciate that. I feel this was more the Super Bowl best teams than the actual Super Bowl. I agree completely. May not agree, but secondary needs to be addressed in special teams. Usually Smith has been solid, so I don't know what's up with that. Great content, Jay. Appreciate that, Matthew. I agree with everything completely. you're going to have to work on that secondary. You're going to have to figure things out. I'd love to have Cam Curl back. Not sure about the rest. I mean, I'd love to have Akello back too, and I think they will be able to bring him back if they're willing to. But yeah, I want to go out and get like a franchise. I mean, look at what Seattle did. Okay, I understand you want to get you have your way of building a team, and they've chosen. We don't actually need great corners because we have a great pass rush. Your pass rush is overrated. I keep telling you that. I've said this for weeks now. I like the pass rush, but they are not the best pass rush in the league, okay? They are not the Houston Texans. They don't have Will Anderson, and they don't have Danielle Hunter. I think Jared Verse is great. I really do, but he has his moments where he falls off a cliff. I think Byron Young just wasn't 100% today. They really missed him. He just wasn't 100%. I don't think he played that much, to be honest with you. I didn't look at the snap count, but even if he did, he didn't seem like 100%. So here's my thing, okay? How about instead of sitting here and being stubborn that you don't need great corners and all that, look at what Seattle just built. Look at the fact that Nick Eamon-Wari allowed them to play in nickel for the entire game, regardless of what set you came out with. Look at what he gave. He gave up 8 yards. 8 yards in coverage. Okay? Think about that. Maybe they're onto something. So I'm just saying, But, yeah. Anyway, totally agree, Matthew. I'm looking forward to that kind of reconfigured secondary. It sucks how long it's going to take for football again, but we'll have some fun. And for those saying, I'm going to miss you, Jake, you don't have to miss me. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to see my face on this YouTube, whether you like it or not. Truthfully, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to make content. We're going to go live. We're going to do those things. That's the reality of it. I'm not going anywhere. This loss will not push me 1 millimeter. I'm going to be there. NFC West Roundtable. I'm going to be there Tuesday. Doesn't matter. Win or lose. I'm not, cowering out. I got a job to do. I take it seriously. I do this full time for a reason. So I'll be there. Don't worry. Not backing out. I'm trading Verse or BY this offseason. I don't know about that one, but I appreciate the 2. Mike, thank you for the 5. Defense got cooked, no doubt about it. They let Darnold did the most he can. No takeaway burns me. So good, I hate the missed call. I mean a lot. I didn't love that call at the end, but it is what it is. And like I said, the refs aren't the reason why the Rams lost. The Rams lost because 2 players that, as great as this roster is, probably shouldn't have been on this roster in the past based on how they normally build their wide receiver rooms. Those 2 players failed. Xavier Smith and Konate Mumfield. And the defense didn't help either. But those are the 2 players that really, really messed this one up. And I think Tutu Atwell being inactive was stupid, but I've already said that a million times. Appreciate you. Topics City, thank you for the 2. This hurts very crushing once again, 1 step short. They fell 6 yards short, man. I know there was more time. I know Seattle absolutely could have gone down the field and scored a touchdown. I really don't believe they were going to. They might have kicked a field goal, but I think the game is completely different if the Rams score that touchdown. It hurts. It really does. It absolutely stings. They were at the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line. And they just couldn't make it work. It just... brutal. Truly brutal. 1,200 people in here. You guys are freaking awesome. Magnum, thank you for the 10. My heart hurts tonight. The Rams gave everything they had. They were right there. So close it. Hurts to breathe. Pride in the blue and gold, but damn, this loss broke my heart. Shout out to you. Yeah. I mean, it was so close. They were right there. I cannot honestly believe that they didn't score. They were at the 6-yard line. I just don't. The way that they were driving, Seattle couldn't stop them. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, the most yards all year Seattle allowed. Week 16, 581. The championship game, 479. They won both games. It's just, it's unreal. Oh, man. They were up 13-10. All Sean had to do on 2nd and 5 is run the football, and the half is over. He decided to throw it twice. They punted the ball back. They gave Seattle a 74-yard drive for a touchdown. I mean, there were some things he was really good at, but he really... Oh, my God. It's... Puka Nacua joined. Cooper Kupp is the only player to have 2,000 plus receiving yards in a season when including the playoffs. Oh, man. It hurts. Not over it. At least I got some good news about Dragon Ball Super yesterday. I can't imagine where I would feel right now if I didn't at least get that news. We gave a good fight. DBs and special team revamp, please. We'll probably see that. Appreciate you, Banker. SoCal, thank you for the 2. Seattle going to have 2 Super Bowls now. Catch up the Rams. Yeah. I don't really care about all that. I don't care. Seattle has more Super Bowls, whatever. I just... It has nothing to really do about you missed out on an opportunity to get revenge on the Patriots. You missed out on an opportunity to beat Seattle and get revenge on Week 16. Nothing to do with that. It's literally the fact that I think that this was the best Rams team that we've seen, and they fell short, and it just sucks. And their journey was a lot tougher than what the Patriots went through. I can tell you that much. Cheeky Metro, thank you for the 10. If Staff retires, who is the target at quarterback? He's not retiring. So I don't even have an answer for you, really, because I'll throw one out there. All right. It's not this year. Might not even be next year. But guys, I'm telling you right now, keep an eye on Buffalo. Keep an eye on how that whole thing goes down. You should be rooting for them to hire Brian Dable or make just a dumb hire. I'm telling you, I feel like Josh Allen could be a Ram someday. With how poorly the Buffalo Bills look like they're about to be run, it would not surprise me if Josh Allen became available. So I'm just saying, I feel bad for Buffalo fans. I really do. They shouldn't have fired Sean McDermott, or they should have just fired Brandon Beane in general. But when I look at that, I changed my football opinion. I was like, you know what? This is terrible. This is bad for whatever. As a Ram fan, I should be looking at like Josh Allen could actually be in play for the Rams. Okay? This could actually be a real thing. Now, mind you, he has a crazy contract, like the salary, all that. But if they don't start winning, he's 29 right now. The Rams got Matthew Stafford around, 33 years old? You got 2026, he'll be 30. 2027, he'll be 31. 2028, he'll be 32. 2029, he'll be 33. If the Bills don't do anything better this upcoming season, And then it happens another year. Buffalo didn't get closer to the Super Bowl by firing Sean McDermott. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at Josh Allen. Not right this second, but down the road. Just keep an eye on him. I'm telling you. I think by age 32, 2028, if Stafford plays 2026 and 2027, retires after 2027, 2028, Rams offer 3, 4, 5 first-round picks for Josh Allen at age 32. Don't be surprised. But I'm just answering the question because I just don't, he's not retiring, so I don't really know a target. But I would say Allen, Burrow, and Herbert, one of those guys will probably end up being with McVay. My guess. In the next 5 years, one of those quarterbacks will be under center for Sean McVay. That's how I feel. P-Train, thank you for the 5. Rams were in trouble at the end of the second quarter when they gave the ball back and then they scored. I knew the game was over at that time. Unbelievable. The fact that they did that. I mean, frustrating. Truly frustrating. Sean McVay, so good at so many things. He still makes these poor judgment calls, and the moment he clears up that blind spot, he is going to be unbeatable, but he still has it. He still has it. So, you know. JBC, thank you for the 5. Rams killed their own drive prior to the half by passing instead of sticking with their solid running. They were poised to go up 2 scores. Yep. And it literally happened exactly how I thought. Rams could run the football. The Seahawks couldn't run the football. But then Sam Darnold ended up stepping up and being great. I don't know, man. That is going to sting a long time. This was an opportunity missed. Temple Hills Funk, thank you for the 2. Hate loss for Stafford's Hall of Fame campaign and for Adams. I hate the loss, but if that impacts Matthew Stafford's Hall of Fame campaign, that's ridiculous. Drake May went to the Super Bowl throwing less than 100 passing yards. Matthew Stafford became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and lose a playoff game that he started. He's a Hall of Famer. Not only that, Matthew Stafford's the best damn quarterback in football right now. He's better than everybody. There's not a quarterback that's on Stafford's level. Just get him a third receiver. Isn't it weird to me? Isn't it weird to you? How did we go from Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Josh Reynolds, right? Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Demarcus Robinson. How did we go from that to now Konate Mumfield is starting at wide receiver as the third? I don't understand. They have 2 wide receivers you can defend, and then they're like, all right, throw it to Konate Mumfield. Throw it to Xavier Smith. Jordan Whittington's better than both of them. He didn't even really play that much. Because as great as this team was, and this team was great, Stafford was insane. They didn't have a third receiver. They relied on their tight ends. And they just didn't even use Tutu Atwell. So it's like, what? Their plan was awful this year for wide receiver. Awful. Like, aside from getting Adams, which they deserve credit for, I like that. Honestly, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp would have been great. It would have. Would have been great. But instead, they were like, no, we're going to actually get rid of Cooper Kupp, and we're going to pay Tutu Atwell $10 million and not use him. I can't. Julian, thank you for the 5. Why did Smith stay in the game after he muffed the punt earlier? I'm proud of the year we had, although I feel like shit. This one definitely hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Yeah, I hate it so much. Yeah, he shouldn't have stayed in the game. I don't know. No idea what we're doing. Ugh. Appreciate you. Abigail, thank you for the 5. Jake, when are we going to start holding McVay? I'm holding McVay accountable. I love him, and I'm not trying to run him out of town, but he absolutely botched this game. I mean, he had his moments of greatness where he designed some incredible plays at the goal line, including the one to free up Kyron Williams. That was a great, the pick play there. And there was another really good one with Adams, but yeah, that was just not acceptable to blow. This is not your first rodeo, man. To blow that game at the end of the half, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, I have no idea what he was thinking throwing there. I don't get it. Anyway, no matter what, we had to trust our defense. Why would we take a field goal? I don't know. I didn't hate the field goal. I just hated the play call. And I thought they should have called a timeout and really thought it over. It felt like that drive. They're going down the field. No one can stop them. They're unbelievable. Stafford runs on a broken play for a first down on 4th down. Stafford ran for a first down. He broke a tackle. He went above and beyond what was required of him. Got the first down. They get a good run. Then they get a run stop. And I just don't know why they rushed. It felt like they rushed those play calls. It really did. So frustrating, man. Oh, to be able to throw all over this defense, too. That's the thing that stings. Smith's muffed punt return along with the secondary play was such ass. Yep. And I mean, Konate Mumfield has to catch that football. Why are you even on the field? If you can't catch that, get off the field. Why are you on the field? I'm sorry I'm picking on him. I don't care. This was to go to the Super Bowl. Catch the damn ball. Can you imagine if Parkinson dropped that ball against the Carolina Panthers? They lose. Catch the ball. I mean, I saw more out of Bryson Hopkins in the Super Bowl. Mind you, he barely played all year. I saw Bryson Hopkins do more in that Super Bowl. I saw Darrell Henderson with a high ankle sprain, clearly banged up, do more in that Super Bowl than Mumfield did at any point this season. I don't understand why he was on the field. He's not ready, and it's okay. He's a rookie. He's a 7th round pick out of Pitt, and you know what? He could end up being a really good player. I have no clue why the Rams were obsessed with playing him. I don't care how good of a blocker he is. He shouldn't have been out there on the final play of the game. He's not blocking there. That 3rd down to Mumfield is going to drive me absolutely insane. You went from let's go out and let's trade up and get Tedero and McMillan, and then the previous year, let's go up and trade up and get Brock Bowers, to being fine with Konata Mumfield being your 3rd receiver. I don't understand the logic. I just don't get it. He had 1 touchdown against Jacksonville. He barely caught the ball this year. I don't understand. So frustrating, man. And how many freaking things, when I had Josh on, how many of those things did we need to tell you Konate Mumfield, when he's on the field, does not have a good success rate? How many? 2 targets, no catches. Are they called drops? No, because it's contested, but might as well have been. That one at the end, definitely. I just don't get it, man. He caught 13 passes on 27 targets this year. That's a 48.1 reception percentage. He averaged 8.8 yards per reception. Like, they babied They literally babied Van Jefferson. Do you know that Konate Mumfield had a targeted passer rating of 56.7 on the year? 56.7. What? That's horrendous. He caught 1 out of 7 contested catch opportunities. That is a 14.3 contested catch rate. Mind you, Puka Nacua caught 70% of his contested catches this year. And I know Puka Nacua is a different animal. Do you guys see why I was so pissed at them throwing to Konate Mumfield with the game on the line? The fact he's even on the field. He wasn't charged with a drop this year because they were contested catches that he didn't haul in. That was unacceptable. The last time he saw the Seahawks, 3 catches on 8 targets. Like, dude. Always go down with your best damn player. Go down with the Hall of Famer. Go down with Devontae Adams. Go down with Puka Nacua. I don't care. Don't go down with Konate Mumfield. And I know people are going to say, well, hold on a sec, Jake. There was another play after that. Yeah, there was. Just like there was another play, as I mentioned earlier, after Bo Limmer missed a block in the Eagles game. Does anybody remember that play? Hardly anybody remembers that play. No one talks about that play. Do you know why? Because that was the game. That was the game. That was the moment when Bo Limmer whiffed on that block with Jalen Carter. Everyone knew, wow, we're actually going to lose this game after we made that crazy comeback. We're actually going to lose. We were down 28-15, and we're going to lose 13 yards short because of that sack. That's what's going to happen. The Konate Mumfield play, that's how I felt. The game on the line, and you're throwing to a rookie who has a 17% contested catch rate. He's caught 48.1% of the passes thrown to him. No. He should not have been out there. It just infuriates me. And if you're going to go for it, on 4th down, run the football on that down. They're not expecting it. Go down with Kyron Williams. I know it was 22-28, but it was 28-15, and then they had the touchdown to Parkinson. So they literally they win on a touchdown essentially with an extra point. That's what that was. But anyway, Sebastian, thank you for the 5. I know a little too early, but what are the biggest changes, moves for the offseason? Well, I mean, we kind of went over it, but I think the biggest change is definitely going to be potentially wide receiver, because you don't know if Devontae Adams comes back. That's huge. I would imagine he does on a discounted rate, but what does that look like? You're not paying him $28 million. You're just not. You're probably going to have to pay Puka Nacua as well. You'll probably have to pay Jared Verse. Like, it's not going to be easy. They bring back a lot of their guys. They might have to trade somebody if somebody is like, yeah, I'm holding out. I want a deal, Secondary is going to look a lot different. The defensive line is going to look pretty much the same. The offensive line should pretty much look the same. The tight end room will likely look the same. The running back room, quarterback room, probably another quarterback. My guess right now is they get Will Levis. That's my guess. And then, the linebackers will look the same. So I think the only thing that really changes is the secondary, wide receiver room to a degree. And, that's kind of what I'm seeing. How about Mevis, by the way, drilling a 50-yarder? Shout out to him. I don't want him to not get credit, because I know I was saying there's no way I trust him beyond 45 yards. He drilled a 50-yarder. Mevis was ready to send this team to the Super Bowl. He was ready. He was absolutely ready. He was up for the challenge. I give him a lot of praise. Andrew, thank you for the 10. Much respect, Jake. Go Hawks. What a trilogy. It was a great trilogy. It absolutely was. Two best teams. We said it all year. And one of those teams was going to win the Super Bowl. And this really felt like the Super Bowl. So congratulations. I'm absolutely pissed. But you know what? It is what it is. Craig, how's it going? Thank you for the 5. McVay still gets in his own. I totally agree. Verse needs a lot more development. We needed him to shine today, and the Rams needed a number 3 wide receiver with deep speed and size. Isn't that funny? It's almost like if the Rams listened to myself, and I believe Alexis also brought this up, and actually traded for Rashid Shaheed, they'd be in the Super Bowl. It's almost like they were missing Rashid Shaheed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh, man. All right. I'm sorry, but Peter, did you actually just bring up that I wasn't giving Mevis focus or credit after I just gave Mevis credit? Just seems a little weird to bring it up now, right after I gave him credit, no? I don't know. Anyway. Appreciate you being here nonetheless. Alex, thank you for the 2. Good game to the Seahawks. Kubiak called a great. Kubiak was great. He was in his bag. He really was. And at the same time, they were ballsy, and there was some ego there throwing on both of those. I was really surprised he ended up throwing. And then having Sam Darnold take that sack, I don't know, but he was really good. Kyle Kim, thank you for the 20. Been watching you since 2020 after our divisional round loss against Green Bay. Let's get it next year. Rams, best Rams content creator 2 out here. We're all blessed to have you covering the Rams, man. Hey, Kyle, appreciate you. Much love. I remember it like it was yesterday. We really just started going live because I didn't even know like you could live stream, or I don't know what it was, but like I guess I just kind of was like, screw it, let's go live. And we started going live that year. And then not long after that, the Rams trade for Matthew Stafford. That game sucked, but you know what? That game sucked because the Rams weren't the better team, but the Rams were banged up. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure you do. Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald were injured in that game. Donald played. He was about 30% healthy, had to come out of the game. Cooper Kupp didn't play. It was frustrating. It felt like Brandon Staley kind of mailed it in too. Like the defense wasn't the same defense we had seen all year. It was a very frustrating game, but it led to Matthew Stafford and eventually winning the Super Bowl. So, you know, I guess it wasn't all that bad. But yes, I remember that like it was yesterday. 32-18. I remember thinking they had a shot when they did that the hook and ladder. It was Van Jefferson caught it and threw it back to Cam Akers, and Cam Akers ran in. That was cool. But yeah. Thank you for the 1 here from LeVar. Appreciate you. Subday, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you. David, thank you for the 5. Rams have a tendency to get better every season until they make the Super Bowl. Then they restart. Next year's their Super Bowl year. I hope so, man. But you know what? I'm going to wait until I see the moves they make. I'm really, really disappointed. They should have finished it. They really messed this up, man. They really did. Like, I'm proud of them, but I'm pissed at them. I'm pissed. Like, you mean to tell me Xavier Smith muffed it? You threw with the game on the line. You tried to throw a go-ahead touchdown with like 5 minutes to go to Konate Mumfield. Didn't even throw to Puka Nacua, who got you down that far, or Adams. You didn't run the football, so you're fine just giving it back to them, letting them score 70-plus yards down the field right before half. There are things that just irk me about this game. Not being able to get a stop at the end of the game. Really just frustrating. Really, really frustrating, man. But we'll see. Rampage Drummer, thank you for the 2. Williams playing press on Shaheed to start. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. Man, awful. Edgar, thank you for the 5. Final drive of the half mismanaged. Yep, absolutely. When they received the second half, McVay's conservative runs the ball When they kick off the second half, McVay doesn't run. I know. Isn't that funny? Alex, thank you for the 10. Thoughts on Forbes only playing special teams in the first half? Don't want to read too much into it, but he didn't seem happy about it. Also, the gunner he's supposed to block recovered the muff punt. That's an interesting one. He wouldn't have had to recover it if Xavier Smith just did his job. That was terrible. I'm so angry at him. See, here's the thing. Farrell Cooper had one of the worst games I've ever seen, but he was also an all-pro returner. Okay? All-pro returner. What is Xavier Smith? I hate to pick on guys, but like, dude, this is the Super Bowl we're talking about. I'm gonna be harsh. That's why I'm harsh on Mumfield. I'm not even mad at Mumfield. It's not Mumfield's fault. Why is he on the field? He's given you the sample size. Xavier Smith, they've given you the sample size. Like, why are they on the field? Awful. Just awful. Ugh. Man. Sucks. I have nothing against those guys personally. This is all about football. I'm not hating on them personally. It's just, I'm talking from a football perspective. I want the best 11 out there every time. And I'm sorry, Mumfield isn't one of the best 11. I'm still caught up on that. And yet the Rams scored 27. Their quarterback threw over 370 yards, 3+ touchdowns, no turnovers, and they lost. The defense deserves blame too. They didn't get enough pressure. It was really frustrating. Really. How do you not get pressure on Sam Darnold? You did it last time. How'd you not do it this time? Just, mind-boggling. Abigail, appreciate the 5. Let's not blame this all on Smith. He could have taken the 3 points, trusted our defense, and had 2 timeouts with 30 seconds to go to get in range. I mean, it's true. But this is, I think, truthfully, McVay went for it on 4th because he didn't trust the defense. And the defense, sure enough, showed him why he shouldn't trust them. They couldn't come through. Ugh, I'm so irked. Subday, thank you for the 50. The boysenberry, magenta. Everyone drop a W in the chat for the big one. Thanks for a great year. Jake, appreciate all the work you've done throughout the season. Subday, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Huge W in the chat for this. It's been a fun year. I'm aggravated. I'm upset. I'm pissed. But it's been a fun year. It has. It has definitely been a fun year. I've enjoyed every second of it. I can't believe it's over. Oh, man. Can't believe it's over. So tough. Appreciate the super. 999 years. Thank you for the 10. Appreciate your videos throughout the season, Jake. As always, go Rams. Much love. Appreciate you. Vermilion Cast, thank you for the 5. Hey, Jake, wanted to say respect to your team, but there was some really bad plays that cost you the win, like the kick, fumble, and the 4th down play. Yep, you're absolutely right. I appreciate that. Yeah, and look, I said it to Brando in our preview. I said, look, I don't want this game to come down to a bullshit call. And it didn't. So I can live with that. I can absolutely live with that. And I can also live with the fact Sam Darnold played really well. Like, I was expecting this pressure to get to him, and it didn't. Like, quite literally, the Rams their pressure didn't get to him at all. It's a darn shame, but you just tip your cap. Darnold wanted it, man. He's literally going to win a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold is going to win a Super Bowl. He's going to beat the Patriots. He's going to do more for the Jets than the Jets have done for their fan base against New England. That's crazy. DJ, thank you for the 5. You have to give the Seahawks credit. They played a complete game. Once again, our special teams and secondary was exposed. Couldn't see that coming. Yeah, Seattle deserves a lot of credit. Because regardless, if you give points away, I mean, Seattle still had to score the touchdown after the muff punt. Seattle still had to withstand all these drives. I mean, the Rams were driving down the field on them. They found a way to get the stop. And Mike McDonald called a great a great play call on 3rd and 4th down. So, he called it. I'm not trying to take away that. I'm just saying, not even so much the throw. Why is Konate Mumfield out there when the game is on the line? I don't understand. Edgar, thank you for the 2. Didn't try a 2-point when math wasn't mathing. I had just no idea what he was thinking. Why do you not go for the 2? Because if you go for the 2, and say you don't make it, whatever, but if you do make it, well, now it's a 3-point game. I think he kicks the field goal. I don't think he goes for it on 4th down. I think he kicks the field goal. And I think we see, a 31-31 game, and who knows what happens. But I don't think he felt the need to want to kick a field goal when he didn't trust the defense to still be trailing. Bottom line is, if that drive ends in a touchdown, it puts a ton of pressure on Sam Darnold, and they couldn't convert, and that's on them. They should have found a way to do it, and they didn't. Wolf, thank you for the 5. Sup, Jake? Proud of our guys for a good year, but just like all of our L's this year, we beat ourselves. Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to just entirely say that, because Seattle definitely earned the win. But yeah, I get what you're saying for sure. They should have won this game. The Rams should have won this game. They absolutely should have. They blew it. They were at the 6-yard line, and they just couldn't make it work. It's brutal. FHS Governor, thank you for the 100. Appreciate the red here. Everyone drop a W in the chat for the red. Jake, Rams need to hire you as a consultant. Your overall opinions, predictions, knowledge, and insights are outstanding. The best Rams pundit and expert ever. Greatly appreciate you. Well, man, I greatly appreciate you. That is one hell of a statement, compliment. I really do appreciate that. Much love to you. It's been a fun year, and comments like this make me feel good. How do you not feel good when somebody's singing your praises like that? But no, I really do appreciate the love. Thank you so much. And it's been fun talking with you guys, seeing you guys in the chat and everything. It's been fun, I hate that it came to an end a little bit sooner than it was supposed to, but we'll still have plenty of content, and yeah. Silencer, thank you for the 10. Jake, we had our chances. We need to address our secondary, but I want to say thank you for giving us a home after games and all you do. 2 first-rounders in Stafford for Burrow. Book it. Well, I'm not trading Stafford away, but I appreciate that, and I'm glad to give you a home. You guys deserve it. Great fan base, regardless of what anyone says. And, yeah, it sucks to have it come to an end, but man, it was a fun ride. It really was. And I hate to be like, oh, next year, but this team is pretty set up for next year. There, some pieces they got to figure out, but this team is pretty set up for next year. SoCal, thank you for the 5. Can Rams hire someone for DC outside of the organization? No more of the same style, playing so far off, small DBs and slow LBs. I take it you don't want Shula back. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if Shula is not hired as a head coach, he's 100% back. They like him a lot. SoCal, I appreciate the 5. I get what you're saying, but I don't really think Shula is entirely the problem. I think the Rams kind of did as much as they could with what they had on that defense. I think they definitely need to start investing in the secondary a little bit more. So, yeah. Appreciate you. Deontay, thank you for the 10. All I can think about is why didn't they pull Smith after the first almost fumble? Yeah, that's a good point. Great point. I have no idea. Might have saved him the game. Abigail, thank you for the 2. Pay Devontae, draft Nick Harbor in the 2nd. I think I have an idea of who that is. I thought he went back to school, but maybe he didn't. I'm not paying Devontae $28 million just in a cap, like a salary cap. If it was baseball and I got to spend as much as I want, sure, but we'll see what they do. Omar Garcia wants Hunter Renfrow for 2 to 4 million, known to be money on 3rd down. Appreciate the 5. I'll pass, but I get what you're trying to say. Appreciate it. Blaze Skills Rudolph, thank you for the 5. I think if the Rams are lucky, you take with that first pick, you take a corner, and maybe if the USC receiver falls down late in the draft, take him. Yeah, he's a Mekhi Lemon. Hell of a player. Gavin, thank you for the 5. What do we do on defense? Who would you draft at DB, linebacker, and wide receiver? Best candidates in your opinion. Also, would you go after Max Crosby? Would not go after Max Crosby, but I won't be against it if they get him. I interviewed him. I'm a fan of his. I just don't want to trade tons of assets to go and get a guy that I have to pay when I have to pay other guys, right? But I like Max Crosby a lot. That said, as far as the best candidates, I don't know, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've been following the draft like any of you guys have. I didn't watch college football this year outside of Kansas Jayhawk football, which I regret every minute of, because that was just a horrible season and I did not find any joy in it. To not even get a bowl appearance was just ridiculous. But yeah, I just know Mekhi Lemon, and I don't know any DBs. I'll get into that at some point soon, but I know Mekhi Lemon and Jordan Tyson. I'll know a lot more in 2 weeks. A lot more. But we will see. Car Wash Channel, thank you for the 5. Let's go Seahawks win, easy win, and enjoy the lost Rams. Appreciate the 5. That was not an easy win. That came down to the wire. So don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take the 5. I appreciate it. Mike, thank you for the 15. Les Snead wasted Stafford's MVP season to save his 2 bleeping first-round draft picks for next season. After decades of supporting the Rams, this is the worst negligence from Snead. I don't know about that. I don't think that the trade deadline had as many opportunities to go out and get guys as maybe in years past. You weren't going to give up a first-round pick for Rashid Shaheed. Shaheed was the only one that I really saw as an option, and they didn't do it, and Seattle did, and now Seattle's in the Super Bowl. And a big reason is because Shaheed returned that punt that might have just absolutely jump-started their season and how they played and everything. So, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say. I think Snead did a great job putting together probably one of the better Rams teams we've ever seen. I think this was the best Rams team, just a little lacking in the wide receiver room. But, yeah. Julian, thank you for the 5. We couldn't turn over Darnold. That's why we lost. I feel great about next year. Ferguson will be our starter, rebuild our defense, and we'll be good. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use Ferguson more in the passing game, but hopefully next year he's utilized like they drafted him, and it's not just another Tutu Atwell. I don't know. Second-round picks freak me out with the Rams now. BYL, thank you for the 10. Oh, well, disappointing way to end the season. Congrats to Seattle. Need to fix defense and special teams. Wasted opportunity to me. No guarantee Stafford plays like this next season. Hope he does, of course. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Megan, thank you for the 5. I heard that, Jake. Not cool. Yeah. Didn't really surprise me. I was a little surprised by Brian because, like I said, I thought he had class. Evan didn't surprise me. That dude's a cheerleader, doesn't know anything about the game, just based on what I've heard. I get his clips sent to me, and I could just tell their podcast, that dude knows nothing. Yeah. Anyway. John Naylor, thank you for the 2. Jake, you're a cool guy. Keep at it. Appreciate you. Much love. Much respect to the Rams team. Hey, appreciate it. Much love. Jinja Jesus, thank you for the 5. We need a defense revamp. D-line has potential, but too inconsistent, disappears a lot. Secondary gets cooked weekly. We need a coverage linebacker. Yeah, I guess we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, we shall see. MHB Manny, thank you for the 2. F Ernest J, he was on live saying F the Rams. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing, okay? I had a lot of respect for Ernest Jones. I know that the Rams didn't love the way he showed up to camp. A little worried about the knee, and then they didn't feel like he was in shape. That's why they traded him. Ernest Jones won a Super Bowl at the Rams, and he was a part of that, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, Ernest Jones sounded ridiculous after the season, after week 16, crying that they didn't believe in us and all of that when you gave up almost 600 yards. And then today, I mean, you almost gave up 500 yards. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what did Ernest Jones do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Cooper Kupp won them the game on that first down. If he even got the first, I don't think he did, but it doesn't really matter anyway. I knew it was over because regardless, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I don't really care for Ernest Jones, honestly. Like, but also I don't really blame him because they traded him away and they weren't going to pay him. They were, then they didn't, and then he sees them pay Nate Landman. I don't know. Megan with the 10, appreciate it. Well, I don't agree with that. Some of your fans, as you know, called me, and have been attacking me personally, which goes beyond just trash talking. I don't respect Hawk Blogger either. Yeah, I don't agree with any of that. I don't think that you should ever be put in that situation. You should never be, thrown that way. That's not representative of my fan base. Those are just Rams fans that, want to start shit for no reason. I feel like we have a really good community and everybody gets along with everybody. And the people that don't, they're just kind of outliers that typically like to start shit for no reason. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Appreciate it though. You're one of those people that, despite the fact you like another team, you support me, you support Alexis, you support this channel, and I appreciate you. And as far as not respecting Hawk Blogger, yeah, I mean, that was mind-blowing, the fact that he went after our entire content crew like that. That was pretty insane. Every Rams content creator, they're all shit. Okay. Bet. It is what it is. Sleek, story of the season this year, Jake. Rams beating themselves. This hurts, but if any team can get back, it's this team. Go Rams. That's true. That's true. Hurts. It definitely does. Jay, thank you for the 10. Our pass rush was overrated last few weeks. Our ends haven't done nothing. Versus a rotational guy. I disagree with that. We need a dog. Can we please put money in that secondary now? That I agree with you. That's for sure. John, appreciate the 2. I like how you take ribbing and give it. Yeah. I have no issue, with people saying stuff about me. People always say stuff about me. It's always been that way, but I just, it's just like mind blowing to me. Like, you're going to say the entire all Rams content is shit. There are a lot of people that do a really good job. Tuna does a really nice job. Blaine Griesek does a really nice job. I know Alexis does a nice job. She does it with me. Cameron Lynch does, Rams content for Bleacher Report. I also do an NFL show with him. He does a nice job. Turf Show Times, Cam Da Silva, definitely my guy Doug, D-Mac, Doug McCain. He does a great job. Locked on Rams. They all, so just to say that like we're all shit, that pissed me off more than just actually saying my name, to just like disparage all these people when you yourself are a content creator. It just, yeah. And it's just, you're at an event with all these people, like real life. You're at like, and you're thinking about that. You're thinking about me. I'm on your mind. The biggest game that you've covered in a long time, and I'm on your mind. Well, of course I am, because I'm not credentialed. I'm doing this from across the country where my team plays, mind you. And I have just about as many subscribers as you do. And I've done it for 9 years shorter than you have, because I'm better than you at the end of the day. That's just the reality of it. And you know why? Because I don't have to go on podcasts and call you out by name just to do that. So, yeah, he was backtracking. See, I never would have said anything if I didn't get it sent to me by a Seahawks fan, mind you. A Seahawks fan that supports the NFC West Roundtable. They sent me the timestamp, and they're like, yeah, I like him, but like wasn't a fan of this. I actually turned it off after that. That was really low. And I was like, okay, cool. So even Seahawks fans like me more than you. Gotcha. Obviously that's the point. Anyway, Caleb Downs trade up. I would love for Caleb Downs. I mean, the way Eamon affected this game, I think the Rams should be looking at getting somebody like that. You get him and you get Quentin Lake on the roster. You know, I think that would really help out. Caleb Downs and Quentin Lake, yeah, by all means. Who the F is behind you? Is that Pennywise? Is that what you're talking about? Or is that Michael Myers or Spider-Man or the other Michael Myers mask? Oh, you got you got Pennywise and you're okay. I see you now. Appreciate you. Good stuff. Alex, thank you for the 5. Would you do what the Eagles did and go double DB for the first 2 picks? Also, Mansour Delane from LSU would be a nice draft pick. I don't like the idea of going in saying I'm going to draft 2 DBs. If those were the 2 best players, sure, but I don't know if I want to do that, but I'd consider it. I'm not Noah. Thank you for the 10. Was at SoFi watch party when Stafford converted that 4th down scramble. I thought we were winning. Heartbreaking to see that drive end with no points, no target to Puka or Adams. Unbelievable. Yeah. This is one of those games where Sean McVay is going to be watching that final drive tomorrow, and he's going to be sick. If he's not already watching it right now, he's going to be absolutely sick. He's going to be like, how the hell did I not stop the game, take a beat, and really put together a plan? How did I not target Adams or Puka on the final 2 plays? I would have rather them thrown into quintuple coverage, Puka Nacua, than thrown to a single covered Konate Mumfield. There you go. That's where I'm at on that. And to your point, Noah, or I'm not Noah, when Stafford got that first down, that was like the moment I was like, okay, they're going back to the Super Bowl. It's happening. You don't get that. And then they didn't score on that. Are you kidding me? And again, I really do feel bad. Konate is a rookie. It's not even that I'm mad at him. It's mad at the Rams for putting him on the field when I don't believe he's ready for this moment. I don't believe he's ready for this moment at all. I mean, John, thank you for the 10. Hey, Jake, I want to say thank you for all the content you provided this season for all us Rams fans. It's been a hell of a season. On to the next. Also, do you think the Rams keep Devontae next season? Absolutely. I appreciate that, John. Yeah, I do. I think they'll keep Devontae another year. I think it's going to be a rework deal. There's no way he's playing on the $28 million number. But I think he'll be back. I don't think there's a team he'd rather play for. I don't think he's over looking at the Steelers and saying, yeah, I know Rodgers could be back there and you got, a reunion with McCarthy, but like it's the Steelers. Like, no offense to the Steelers, but they don't have anywhere near the same structure as the Rams. So I don't see him doing that. I think he wants to stay. I think he would take less to stay with the Rams. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you. Matthew, thank you for the 5. Did I? Yeah. Got to go to bed, get my beauty rest, and then jump in a concrete truck. Y'all hit that damn like button and show some love. Good night and go Rams. Hey, he said it, not me. Appreciate you, Matthew. Much love. Zaylor Swift. Let's get D-Rob back. I want more than D-Rob. Do they win this game with D-Rob? I actually believe they do, but I want more than D-Rob because D-Rob is making that catch. Demarcus Robinson would have caught that ball. I think Tutu Atwell catches that ball, to be honest with you. And that last play, I saw people talking about Ferguson. Dude, that play's dead. You tip your cap. Seattle did a great job guarding it. There's a reason why I'm not going after Ferguson. That play is dead in the water. They're just trying to get anything out of that. That was a dead play. I had no issue with them trying to get it to Ferguson after it. No, the 3rd down was just ridiculous. because they didn't have. Yeah. And by the way, I saw some people say it looked like Puka got open. He did. He had outside release. I don't think was that the Mumfield play or was that the Ferguson play? One of those plays, Puka had outside release or outside leverage where you could have thrown to his outside to his hands, and I think he could have walked in the end zone, but we'll never know. I don't get to live, and we don't get to live in that alternate universe that I wish we were living in right now. Kawhi Sanj, thank you for the 10. Seattle had the better all-around team in the end. For years, Sean has never had a guy returning kicks or punts that feared teams. DBs and Shula got owned tonight. We deserve to lose. We need speed. Appreciate the 10. I don't necessarily agree. I think the Rams had the better team. I really do believe that. I feel strongly about that. But I don't think it was a wide margin. And I don't believe they deserve to lose. You know, I think a muffed punt and now all of a sudden, you know, they lose by 4 and I'm supposed to sit here and say that they didn't belong in this position and they didn't deserve to go to the Super Bowl. I disagree. I think both teams deserve to go to the Super Bowl, and Seattle made the plays that the Rams didn't. They took better care of the football, simply put, you know. Zephyro, my guy Chris Zephyro, appreciate the 20. So bummed. Special team strikes again. Love you and Alexis. Thanks for all the amazing content. Much love, my friend. Really do appreciate you. Was really hoping that on week 10 we went to where the Super Bowl was going to be held. With the Rams, of course, and it really felt that way. But unfortunately, that was their opportunity to win a Super Bowl in the 49ers' backyard, and they blew it. And I don't know if they'll get another one. We'll see. But yeah, Chris, appreciate you. It was a fun season. Brian, thank you for the 2. Jake is the GOAT. Love you, brother. This sucks. It does suck. Appreciate you. Love you too. Appreciate you, Brian. It's great meeting you this year. Abigail, thank you for the 2. Got to give props to the year Parkinson had. Yeah, Parkinson was very good. That drop on he was wide open. I don't know if he scores there, but that was insane. But yeah, no, he came up pretty big this year for sure. Maribel, thank you for the membership there. Appreciate you becoming a new member. I'm not Noah. After the Mump play, when staff threw it to Ferg, Puka looked like he was open or would be open a half second later. Why not do the Adams goal line play? I don't know, man. They didn't go down with what got them there. That's what bothered me. That's not how they went down with it. And the way they called that too, it almost felt like McVay's like, if we get it here, that'd be great. But if not, I believe we're going to get it again. And it was like, well, you took 7 minutes off the clock. If you didn't take that long to go down the field, and that was methodical, by the way. If you didn't take that long to go down the field, I mean, you might have won the game with a stop. And then you might have been able to go down the field and have another drive at it. Who knows? I don't know. There was a lot of time taken off. You have to score a touchdown at that point. They don't. That's what ended up happening. LeVar, thank you for the 5. Shula needs to go, man. The defense let us down. I don't really think he gets it. But also, if Smith never dropped that ball, we win. That's kind of my point, is that if he never muffs that, I don't think Seattle wins this game. They got a touchdown, mind you, 7 points for free on that play after the defense just got a stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there's no chance that they don't win, but I just that was frustrating. That really, I don't think Shula needs to go. I disagree with that, but that was frustrating for sure. Better Call Saul, thank you for the 2. Rams must use their 2 firsts on DBs like Philly did. We'll see. Don't just draft 2 DBs aimlessly, especially if this is a weaker draft class, but we'll see. Abigail, thank you for the 5. Feel like we should go DB, tight end, wide receiver in the draft. Nick Harbor provides a lot of speed and size for a second-round pick. Tired of wasting our wide receiver 3 position. You and me both. Give me a wide receiver like Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon based on what I've seen. Limited what I've seen. That's what I want. Appreciate you. K. Cortez, thank you for the 5. Why can't this team get off the field on 3rd and long? I swear 3rd and longs might as well be 3rd and short because it's always so easy. They just had the flat the whole game. Sam Darnold had the flat the whole game. They weren't even defending it. And the missed tackles, man. You can't miss that many tackles. Yeah, I felt like he was. Nick Harbor's returning to college, so he's not an option. But yeah, I agree with that, K. Cortez. Jay, appreciate the 10. Our pass rush was overrated versus overrated. Can we please spend on the secondary, please? And Parkinson, why you dropped that? And lastly, thank you for being you, Jake. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. How about that? We still have over 900 people in here, and I've been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, crazy stuff. Appreciate you. Much love. Lewis, thank you for the 5. Love Colby, but that drop hurt. If he doesn't score, we are in possession to potentially hand it off to Kyron. I got to go back and I got to watch that. How much grass did he have in front of him? It might have been a touchdown. That drop still hurt them, even though they converted the first down. Ugh. Abigail, thank you for the 2. Get rid of the Young for picks and get rid of Young for picks and give Stewart the start. I don't know about that. Byron Young is a really good player, and I think they missed him today. I don't think he was playing 100%. I don't. And I think they really missed that guy on the edges because when Sam Darnold rolled out, they didn't really have him. And I think they missed his presence. I know he played. I don't think that was 100% him. He didn't win 1 rep today. I just don't think he was 100% healthy. Daniel, thank you for the 2. Was at the game. Rams played well. Respect. Go Hawks. Oh, you were at the game? Oh, congratulations. I'm sure that was quite the game to be at. But yeah, the trilogy did hang on. I mean, 10-7 on the AFC Championship game. That was one of the worst games I've ever seen. And, you know, people are going to blame the weather. That game sucked before the weather. It started snowing in the second half. That game was terrible before the second half. Low points, you know, not a lot of points doesn't mean it was a great defensive game either. The offenses were terrible. Neither team has a damn chance. You know, regardless of who wins that game, neither team had a damn chance against the NFC West. No team. None. 300, appreciate the 5. Lost to Hawks with 10 minutes left and up 16 was the critical error of the season. I mean, yeah. Yep. Maybe it was just not trading for Rashid Shaheed. You gave up a 4th for Ty Hamilton, but you couldn't give up a 3rd for Shaheed. I don't know. Thank you for the 2, Anthony. Special teams. Yeah, I don't like clumping special teams because that is on one dude. Xavier Smith just stumbled and then tried to catch the football and he muffed it. Like, that wasn't on the punter. That wasn't on the kicking team. Like, you know what I mean? It was just on him. Although someone did point out Forbes could have blocked better or whatever. I don't know. But I won't say that's entirely all special teams. Matt, thank you for the 2. Yo Mandan, thank you for the 5. Appreciate you. Adrian, thank you for the 10. Hey, Jake, how fitting that next year's Super Bowl is back in LA. Wouldn't it make sense for us to win at home again? What? No way. The 2027 Super Bowl is in LA? Is it really? It is. What the hell? That's hilarious. And then 2028 is where? That's in Georgia? Mercedes-Benz Stadium? Okay. So, LA and then Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Well, we'll see, man. You're the first one to bring that up, so congratulations. I wasn't even thinking about that. This is just a missed opportunity. You had a chance to beat the Patriots on the 49ers field. I mean, that you couldn't write a story any better. Stafford would have just absolutely owned Drake May in that matchup, but oh well. 15 Morrison, thank you for the 5. Good luck finding someone like E-Man. Players like him don't grow on trees. Go Hawks. You're absolutely right. But Caleb Downs is special. And if I was going to trade up and give away my other first-round pick, I want somebody that's special, that's a game changer. And Caleb Downs looked like a game changer when I watched him. Steven, thank you for the $1 there. Appreciate you. Lewis, thank you for the 2. Could have kept Cup. Absolutely. Said it all week and probably the last 3-4 weeks. That was just more of a realization when they just weren't using Tutu Atwell. Matt, thank you for the 5. Loved watching your streams all season. Thanks for always being so positive. You're the man. We'll be back next year. I hope so. But I appreciate it, Matt. Much love. Maribel, thank you for the 5. Please tell me special teams will improve next year. It will. Don't worry. Bring back their special teams coordinator. Yeah, man. Kotwicka, I thought, did a good job. He deserves credit. He really did a good job. This sucks, man. I hate to end it. I hate to close the book on the season. We'll still keep making content and whatnot, but this just this is a gut punch. This is a gut, a throat, a face. Man. Well, I'm going to announce a couple things. Okay? And then we'll talk about... Well, let's do this now. In case you didn't know, the sponsor of this channel is Sleeper. Be sure to check out Sleeper. The link is in the description below. You'll get a 100% bonus match up to $100 using my code JKB, and you'll get a $20 free entry without a deposit when you sign up, and it's already there in your account if you haven't used it and you already have an account. Why Sleeper when there's only one game left? Well, you can do it for the Super Bowl, but you can also do it for the NBA, and you can do it for baseball when that comes back, and you can do it for hockey. So Sleeper's hanging out there. Also, plenty of other sports. Be sure to get in on the action again. Promo code JKB at signup. All right. 2 announcements here that I'm going to make. First one. Just a reminder. I am on TikTok. Okay. You can't see that. It doesn't zoom in. Or maybe it does. I'm on TikTok. I'm making Rams content. I'm going to have draft content on here. I'm going to have NFL content. Be sure to follow me on TikTok at JK Bogan. Okay, we're starting to really kind of crank it out on this channel. I think we had like 1,300 like a month ago. So be sure to check this thing out. Please do me a favor and give me a follow over on TikTok. I just got a follow, so appreciate you. Really trying to push that because, I mean, we have over 32,000 subscribers on this channel. I really want to see how many people I can bring over to TikTok. That would be great. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to still do YouTube, but I'm going to do YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, at JK Boga on everything. The second thing, okay, and I've been thinking long and hard about this. I just want to do it. I just want to have fun. I just want to do it. Let's bring it back, okay? We're going to do gaming streams again, okay? I know a lot of people ask me during the off season, hey, is there any way to like check out what you're doing? Like when you're not making Rams content, it's dead. Is there anything? Yes. Okay. We're going to be doing gaming content. I still have a gaming channel and I think I'm just going to do the gaming channel. So yeah, it's pretty dead right now. We're going to bring it back. We're going to start going live. Everyone, if you could, please be sure to subscribe. It's Jake Ellenbogen Gaming. I'm just going to be streaming, just hanging out with you guys. I might stream on Twitch and Kick as well. So that's a big thing for me. So I'm going to be doing that. I know people had asked like, hey, are you going to just like do hangouts? Basically the gaming channel, the entire point is just to veg out, hang out, and just answer questions that you guys are going to have. If you like more of an intimate setting where I can answer all the comments and there's not, over 800 people live, because I doubt I'd ever get 800 people live in my gaming stuff. There it is. It's right there. We're going to play all sorts of games. I'm a big single player guy. Okay. I like my single player games a lot. So we're going to be playing, here, I guess I'll put it up right now, on my, PC. I'm going to check and see what games we have. I got to check. I already forgot, I guess. So yeah, we'll be playing some fun stuff. I'll tell you right now, there's going to be some cool stuff coming out, and One sec. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, cool. So we are. Is there a way to share this? This would be cool if I could share this. There probably isn't a way to share this, but let's see. Screw it. All right, so here's the stuff I got. I got Arc Raiders we could play. Got Alien Isolation, Atom Fall, Atomic Heart. Got Baldur's Gate 3. Just everything that I have downloaded. Chrono Trigger throwback. Expedition 33. What else do I got? Fallout 76. Indiana Jones. We were playing a campaign of that. Can play that again. Dragon Quest. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I saw somebody mention the DLC. Max Payne 3. Mass Effect. Path of Exile 2. Persona 4. Red Dead Redemption 2. So I got plenty of games, guys. And there's a bunch of new stuff coming out. Like Crimson, what is it? Crimson Desert. I'll play that at some point. Yeah. So I'm definitely down to start gaming and stuff. And hang out with you guys. Not going to be on this channel. I won't alienate the fan base again. We've moved to Rams 24/7 on this channel, and I intend to keep it that way. It's always going to be on this channel right here. Jake Ellenbogen Gaming. You've already got 3 subscribers in this. So if you want to help me out here and you would like to throw me a bone with the Jake Ellenbogen Gaming channel, 766 subscribers. Subscribers are kind of hard to come by nowadays. They just are, because YouTube is constantly just like deleting them. So be sure to click that link in the description, or excuse me, in the chat. It's pinned. All right. Let's full send it. Let's have a great off season. I think it'd be fun. It shows my other side, because like I'm pretty much always just Jake, but like I'm a nerd at heart, man. I got a freaking Mjolnir right there. I have all my horror movie stuff. I mean, you can see the Mando helmet below right there, right? You can see my Funko, my Dragon Ball and my Bleach Funkos. I'm a nerd, and I'm a self-proclaimed nerd, enjoyer of fun things. I don't know. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to commit to it too. I'm going to have fun this off season. Just so yeah, full send that Jake Ellenbogen Gaming. It is in the chat, pinned. And I'm excited, man. I got a Steam account. I got PlayStation if I want to stream through PlayStation. I got Steam. I got Nintendo, Switch. I don't know how to stream Switch games, so don't ask, but I'm sure I could figure it out. But yeah, let's see here. Tygoon, thank you for the 5. Lurking Roundtable Hawks fan, I respect the way you do content. Rough night for Rams, but hope the rest of your night goes well. GG's. Appreciate you. Much love. Adrian's been a member for 4 months. Appreciate you, Adrian. CLG Prodigy, play Expedition 33 or Red Dead 2. So fun fact, I've beaten Expedition 33 6 times. And still do all this content. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I love that game. That's the greatest game I've ever played. I can't wait for the movie to come out and everything. So yeah, I definitely am down to keep playing that, and Red Dead 2 definitely. I have not been able to get into Red Dead 2, so maybe playing it, streaming would get me into it. Also, we got Resident Evil Requiem. Come on, guys. This channel itself has multiple Resident Evil playthroughs. Did you know that? This channel, I'm not kidding you. This channel itself has a Resident Evil, what is it? Village. I think I literally did a full playthrough of Village and Biohazard. It's all on this channel. The OGs know. Much appreciated. And if you don't, well, now you know. The lore of this channel. Because we got some lore. We now have 775 subscribers, so much love. I really do appreciate it. I am going to promote the shit out of this. I am going to try and go, and you know what? We can make it Twitch, whatever works for you guys. I'm going to post a, a community post, and I want to see what you guys would prefer, because I can stream across all platforms. I don't give a rip. I can do it. I have no issue doing it. If you guys want to see it, if you guys want to hang out, because the thing that's cool, a lot of people are going to leave and be like, I'm not interested in gaming. That's totally fine. But the thing that's cool is it's like a chill hangout sesh where if you want to ask me questions, you got the floor. I'm not going to have 800, 700, 600, or 1,000 people in there. Okay? I don't think it's going to be that big. I would love if it was. I don't think it's ever going to be that big. But I'll probably have like 30, That gives you an opportunity. Like if you're trying to ask me some, questions, like one-on-one questions, like, hey, what are your thoughts on this or this or this? And it doesn't have to just be football. Like, I'm there. Yeah, I'd play Last of Us. I've beaten the first one. I never played the second one. I'd play Cyberpunk. I'd replay Cyberpunk. Yeah, I would definitely do that. B-Mac, appreciate you. Thank you for the 2. Rams would have won last 2 Super Bowls if AD was with us. I think it would have helped. I don't know if they would have won, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Adrian, thank you for the 2. How would you address the special teams next year? I would get better players for the special teams unit. I would upgrade the roster. I think the special teams is honestly fine. I would probably just go out and get a better returner at this point. I want a game changer. Like, give me somebody that is like Shaheed. Give me somebody that's like Turpin over with the Cowboys. Give me a game changer. That's what I want. Stacks Gaming, another gaming channel. You guys should probably go and sub. Had no idea you had a gaming channel. Jake, subbed. Appreciate you, Stacks. Yeah, I'm at 776 subs right now. So much love. Again, the link is it's pinned in the chat. And if you aren't interested, it just really does help me out a lot if you do subscribe. Yeah, because I'm going to, also forgot to mention, I also have another project that I'm going to be doing. It didn't go away. We just went on hiatus because I got really, really busy. And that project is this one. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember the lounge? Yep. Didn't go anywhere. It is literally right here. And we're monetized on here, baby. So I will be interviewing people on the lounge. We're in off-season mode. I wish we were in Super Bowl mode. I wish we had 2 weeks to cover this game that the Rams would probably trounce the Patriots in. But be that as it may, that's not what happened. And I'm still in good spirits, and I will still be making content because I'm an entertainer at its core. Whether people love me or hate me, it doesn't matter. I aim to entertain. So, I'm going to continue to do that. Magnum, I said before the game, special teams would be the Rams' demise, and sadly, that's exactly how it played out when it mattered. Yeah, it's frustrating. Magnum with the 5. On 4th down, we should have taken the field goal. Make it a 1-point game, keep the pressure on, and give ourselves a real chance. That's certainly fair. Yeah, I do agree with that. So here's the thing. I understood going with the 2. Or going for this. I can't talk. I understood going for it on 4th down. No issue with that. Okay? Get it. But at the same time, not kicking the field goal, right? You killed the momentum. You killed it. You have momentum. You kick the field goal. You to your point, you're putting pressure on Sam Darnold. You have to score on 4th down, or this is going to be talked about for a while. And they just didn't. And it wasn't the 4th down call to me. It was the 3rd down call. They should have designed something to go to Puka. It did not look like they did that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I also haven't looked at all 22, to be fair. I was just looking at broadcast view. Speaking of broadcast view, did anyone see the CGI field markers in the Broncos and Patriots game? Awful. Can we just all admit that was terrible and that should never be a thing? Just absolutely, that's an abomination. Because nothing says watching. Yeah, the backlog is absolutely crazy. You have no idea. It's way crazier than that. Didn't bring up the PlayStation games. But anyway, there's nothing that says watching football than watching blue lasers go through the running back's head. No one wants that CGI, man. Nah. Get it out of here. That was weird. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm like, hold on, chill. Yinin Shimoni, appreciate the 5. Hell of a season. Appreciate what you do all year long. Which unit do you think needs the most improvement, and how could they address it? It's cornerback / wide receiver, and they can address it in the first round. This is a great question. I don't know the cornerbacks. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know Mansour, whatever the hell his name is, over with the LSU Tigers. People are saying his name a lot. I'm going to make sure that I get this right. And there's a reason I've nailed on a lot of picks. I've also missed on a lot of picks. This year, I'm going to work my absolute tail off to go and hopefully find us, a cornerback or wide receiver. I'm not saying they're going to draft somebody that I want, but I'm going to make sure that we're prepared and we know who's available. So, but appreciate you. Great question. Magnum, thank you for the 5. Instead, we passed up the points, chased momentum that never came. One decision changed the entire feel of the night. That's actually a really good point, and it kind of just reminds me of the fact that Sean Payton and the Broncos could very well be going to the Super Bowl if he kicks that field goal in the first half. When the elements weren't really a factor yet, that was the time to kick the field goal. Okay, that was the time. Not kick the field goal in the snow. So I agree. There are those decisions you have to make, and it just, I don't know. But Magnum, I get it. I totally understand it. I'm proud of this team, the fight, the heart, the refusal to quit, but this loss hurts because it felt preventable. I totally agree. I think that's a great way to put it. It did feel preventable. It felt like they should have won this game, and it felt like there were a lot of instances where it's like, yeah, okay, we gave up a touchdown at the half, but we can find a way out of it. It's like, that should have happened. You were up 13-10. You can't give that touchdown up. You can't go down 11 on the road against the toughest defense left in the NFL. Dude, and they still found a way to, claw their way back into it. But yeah, no, I agree completely. I do have to say, I got a kick out of how much Devin Witherspoon and Reek Woolen were holding, because I don't care that they didn't call it. The reality is, when you see Devontae Adams and you see Puka Nacua get open, it's because you can't hold on to guys making cuts that quickly. That's why they ended up tripping and they ended up on the ground. If you hold like that, if I make an abrupt cut, you're coming along for the ride. So I enjoyed watching that. But like I said, I don't care that they didn't call it. I don't care. I just thought it was funny. We were told Devin Witherspoon was going to shut down Puka Nacua. Nacua goes for 165 yards. Witherspoon gave up over 120 yards. Jackson, really good point. I was feeling nauseous. I had to start the show, I think, 15 minutes late, because I truly was just trying to get some fluids in me. I could not believe how sick to my stomach that game made me. That was a really, really tough pill to swallow. Really tough pill to swallow. And keep in mind, by the way, the Rams were 1 of 8 on third down. Seattle converted half of their third downs. That's a real big reason also why they won. So that's something to keep in mind there. Mekhi Lemon, Jake, he also returns kicks. By all means. I like him. And he played at USC, so there's familiarity there, at least in the building. like around, in the state. People know who he is, fan favorite, all of that. Yeah, I mean, if the Rams want him, we'll see. Yep, we just answered that. Appreciate you, Magnum. Jeffrey, congratulations on the win. Don't worry, we'll deal with the evil empire for all. I'm not too worried because I don't like either of you. Oh, man. I don't really like either team. I got to be honest with you. If the Patriots win, Seahawks win, it makes no difference to me. It's like, would you rather be shot or stabbed? I don't know. Truthfully, I should probably root for the Patriots. I rooted for the Seattle Seahawks last time. So if I root for the Patriots this time, Seattle will probably win. Magnum, thank you for the 5. When you're that close, you take the point. Special teams may not shine often, but when it fails, it breaks hearts. That's a great point. I really thought we were going to get a Jordan Whittington-Howes touchdown. He still hasn't caught a touchdown. He still hasn't scored a touchdown the 2 years that he's been on the team. He scored one, and then, of course, A.J. Arcuri had the hold, and that cost him against the Lions. But, yeah, Mr. Midrange, member for 17 months, much appreciated. And Abigail coming in with the 5, appreciate you. You should think about doing something similar to Vikings vent line next year and have fans vid call in after a game. So I used to do the call-ins, and I got to be honest with you, I enjoyed doing them. But this thing really blew up, okay? And it's a good problem to have. This thing blew up. I don't know if you guys know this. We have over 700 people. We've been live for over 2 hours. It is literally almost 1 a.m. on my side of the world. This has 14,000 views. We've had 14,000 views in 2.5 hours. 14,000. I mean, that's insane. So that's the thing, guys. Like, we've had 14,000 views in 2.5 hours. If I were to do the call-ins, it's like people would be complaining again because people were starting to complain. They're like, I watched this after the fact. I don't want to have to skip through all this for the call-ins. It's like people want to see my reaction. So, yeah, maybe I do something similar, but I got a lot of complaints, so I just decided to pull the plug anyway. And I enjoyed doing it, but again, it's also a lot of work. So you're sitting here, you're talking for 2.5 hours, and then you got to do the call-ins. And it's just like, I don't know. I didn't like how many people were complaining. And I also didn't like the shots people were taking at some people that called in and making it personal. So I wasn't a fan of it. So I just cut it off entirely. I'm glad the way we operated. I think we did a fun time. I think we had a fun season this year. I thought JE Live was a total success. Yeah, I mean, I felt really good about what this year ended up being and what this season ultimately was. And yeah, it was just it was a really big year. I think we moved in a really positive direction. I hate that it's over, but I really feel good about where we're leaving this. Not looking forward to the Super Bowl at all, though. I couldn't care less. I'll probably watch it, but I gotta be honest. I'm sick. Truthfully, don't get it twisted. I've been talking for 2.5 hours. My girlfriend's probably asleep. She was probably waiting for me. But don't get it twisted. I'm not over this loss. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some. It just sucks. Magnum, appreciate you. Much respect to Jake. Always sharp with his insight, honest takes, real football knowledge. Fun to watch every time and brings the game to life. Appreciate you. Much love. Your Avi has Puka Nacua. That should have been Puka Nacua celebrating going to the Super Bowl. I can't believe Puka Nacua isn't going to be playing in the Super Bowl. Same with Devontae Adams, man. See, I'm just not over it. I'm not going to be over it for a bit. Multigrain Brad, thank you for the 5. Jake, I'm pretty sure Whittington got injured when Turner did. Yeah, that was weird. I saw that too. But Whittington was back in, and I think Turner was too. I don't know. But yeah, appreciate the 5. Yeah, this has been quite the show, man. This has been quite the show. Just a reminder. Okay. The Lounge with Jake Ellenbogen. You can find this on my channel. You could also search it. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to have interviews. We've had interviews. Damn it. Imagine if I got copyright struck by putting my own video. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. See all these interviews. There we go. So yeah, we're going to have interviews on there. We're going to do gaming streams. Oh, this is way worse than last year. I mean this with all due respect. This team would have boat raced last year's team. This offense was so much better than last year's offense. It wasn't funny. And this offensive line would have dominated last year's defensive line, as great as the defensive line and the pressure was. I just don't think it was that close. I just had the realization like halfway through the year, I'm like, the Eagles were just better, and the Rams still almost found a way to win that game in the blizzard. They almost came back down 13 after a running back just hit a 80-yard run. You would have thought it was over. No, they fought back. They never doubted themselves. This one, it just felt like the Rams, probably one of the best 5 seeds we've ever seen. And it just hurts. After that Thursday night game, all the gloating and everything Seattle got to do, and this is how it ends. Yeah. It was right there. Instead of 13 yards short, 6 yards short. Yeah, it's no matter how you slice it, falling short of a Super Bowl is just brutal. It hurts. Oh, Matthew Stafford's winning MVP, Bobby. There's no question. There's no doubt in my mind. Appreciate the 2. No doubt in my mind, Stafford is won the MVP. No chance. He was so good. He had one of the greatest quarterback seasons ever. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, Stafford said that last year. He doesn't know if he's coming back, blah, 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 blah. He's coming back. He's not retiring. I can tell you, he doesn't want to end it on that. It's just... Damn. The last thing I want to hear is at least new uniforms are coming. I understand why I look on the bright side, but yeah, EJ's corny, man. I don't know. I don't really care for him. Appreciate the Super Bowl, but I'm over him. Abigail, thank you for the 5. Jake, love you and appreciate all you gave for this team. Butthurt, but eventually we'll be excited for next year. Thank you, buddy. Much love. Appreciate you, Abigail. Back at you. Thank you so much. Jackpot, thank you for the 5. I don't know if you addressed it, but I see a lot of stuff about the muff punt. But what about the Parkinson dropped walk-in touchdown? So I haven't seen it from that angle. Was that a walk-in touchdown? Are you serious? Was he really going to... I don't know if he would have scored. But I guess we'll see. Oh, man. David, thank you for the 5. These are the 2 best teams in football. It isn't about who's better. It's just about whose day, and it was on the particular Sunday. Go Hawks. Yeah. This just happened to be the day. I mean, Sam Darnold was ripping the ball, man. He played very well. They took care of the football. Rams didn't. They did for the most part, except for Xavier Smith. But anyway. I didn't think it was a walk-in. I didn't think it was a walk-in. Yeah, I didn't think that. But I also haven't seen the play since, so yeah, I'm not the drop. I mean, I don't think the drop mattered, to be honest with you. No. So we got, what is it? All right. The McBeauty and the Beast. Thank you for the 5. This loss hurts more because everyone knows whoever won this game was pretty much a guaranteed Super Bowl win. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is hell, but it won't last that long. Hopefully. Oh, man. Yeah, your rival, it stings. 6-yard line. Yeah. I made the mistake of going on Twitter. And of course, not everybody is handling it the way you got Seahawks fans handling it on YouTube, giving props and good game and, you know, whatever. But I was just trying to see, like, because that's the thing that sucks, man, is like, that's it. That's the end of the show. You didn't like the ending? Tough shit. You got to wait until next season. And honestly, the next season is going to be a completely different show. You don't even know what it's going to be. That's the NFL. You don't get a locker room celebration. That's it. They're done. You get a presser. I love this team. I wasn't ready to stop working with them. It's as special of a group, top to bottom, as I've ever been around. He's right. Sean McVay is absolutely right. It's as... Sean McVay was asked whether he expects Matthew Stafford to return next season. Quote, yeah, if he still wants to play. What the hell kind of question is that? Ugh. It was a great game, though. I feel for Devontae and Stafford. I feel for Higbee. Oh, man. It's like setting in again. Just when you're like, yeah, everything's... Yeah, without a doubt, Bobby. 100%. Abigail, heading to bed, bud. See you for mocks in March. Appreciate you. I'll be here. And I'm not Noah. Thank you for the 5. The first 99 overall in Madden Ultimate Team, really about to be Darnold, was not my bingo card. Maybe build a Rams TT for gaming channel. I hate Madden so much, so probably not. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't like sports games, man. I know it's crazy. I'm a big sports nut. I got sports everywhere, but I don't really like sport games. I got to be honest with you. Well, I don't even know how I'm going to do what I'm going to do when I get off this. Probably eat an ice cream cone, drink some non-alcoholic beer because I don't drink, and either play Far Cry 6 or maybe watch Bleach because I know my girlfriend is not up. So, oh, man. Kills me. Screaming a pillow? I can't. My pillow's for my neck, so it doesn't have enough support, and my girl is literally next to me. That would not work out well. Oh, my God, man. I don't want to say bye. What the hell? What a cruel joke. Football gods suck. They suck. They write bad endings and bad scripts and Christopher, I see you. Much love. And yeah, Yankees unload. Thank God. I'll have that. I'll have the Rams off-season stuff. I'll have gaming. I'll be good. But you're watching me going through all these stages of grief or whatever, and it's just, it's brutal. You wait all week, your entire week, and we got this stupid-ass snowstorm, so I wasn't able to watch the game with all my whole group. Oh, man. Well, that is, I guess that's all she wrote. I just wish she wrote a little bit more. Damn. Well, guys, this has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege. We are almost at 15,000 views in less than 3 hours, so much love. Really do appreciate all the support you guys have shown me all year. I hate to say it, but this is the last post game of the season for JE Live until next season. But it's not the last piece of content. It's not the last video. We got plenty more in the tank, plenty more in the chamber. And yeah. Before you head on out of here, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JK Bogan, including Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Kick, and Twitch. That is it. Link is in the description below, link is in the description below for Sleeper. Link is in the pinned comment. If you want to check out my gaming channel, I'll start going live there. Might even start over at Twitch and Kick. But I really do appreciate you guys. I don't take you guys for granted. Really do appreciate you. It's been a lot of fun to be able to have this outlet after these games. It sucks at first because you're like, I don't really want to talk about this game. I just want to be left alone. I just want to whatever. But when you start going, you get going, you start to see the effect you have on people and how people literally are going and looking at a post game and they want something, and it's therapy. And you know what? As silly as that might sound, football is that big to people. It's that big to me. I know my family is feeling it right now. So yeah, I regret nothing. How long this was, what we talked about, what I touched on. I regret nothing about this season. There's nothing I would have changed. Yeah, that's just, that's truthfully how I feel. I feel really good about the way I covered the team this year. I just like the way I left everything. I did as much as I possibly could. So, yeah, man, sucks. Hate it. It is what it is. That said, I see people asking about the gaming channel, so let's just put it on screen. Anyone who's still here is a huge diehard fan of mine, in all likelihood. So check this out. This is my channel, okay? My gaming channel. It still has NFL football at the top. No idea why. I think I've changed that a million times. It doesn't go away. This is my gaming channel. I'm going to be streaming games. I started with Elden Ring. We did a Rams 2022 Super Bowl thing. That was dumb as hell. They literally got cursed that year. Indiana Jones, Path of Exile, Expedition 33. The link is literally in the chat. It's pinned. And I want to see if we can get to 800 subscribers. And let's see if we can keep going. So I'm going to promote this on my community posts. I'm going to start streaming more. That simple. So yeah, man, it's hard. It's so hard to sign off. It really is. I'm having such a hard time. I was supposed to sign off about 46 minutes ago. But, yeah. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And I'll see you in those streams. I'll see you in I'll see you in videos. Because I'll be doing videos. I'll be doing those shorts. We'll be talking about the draft. We'll be talking about the off season. Yeah, plenty of stuff. I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, I'm an entertainer, but I'm running out of entertaining juices right now. I think I'm ready to just call it. So appreciate you for the 500 plus that stuck around for the entire thing. I don't know if you did, but most likely a lot of you did. Really do appreciate it. Again, do me a favor. Click the link in the chat. It's pinned. And subscribe to Jake Ellenbogen Gaming. It really does help me out. Trying to grow this channel. We'll go live and we'll do all sorts of gaming streams and stuff. But anyway, it's been great hanging out with you guys. I don't have anything left in the tank. I'm absolutely exhausted at this point. That game took way too much out of me. So, for one more time on the season, I'm Jake Ellenbogen. This is JE Live. And I appreciate you guys for an incredible season. And I look forward to the next time I see each and every one of you. Later, folks.